WIIFTBPM. WIIFTBP. you and me. WIIFTBP, media's just for you and me.
Jackson.
Tune in to the Maze Jackson Show every day, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m. where you can catch us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Plus, from 6:30 to 8, you can get us on WBGX 1570 a.m. That's right, it's the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
Best you can. Whatever you do it the best you can. Whatever you do it the best you can. Whatever you do for the Lord, do it the best you can. Do it the best you can. Why don't somebody? Your best is needed in the world today. People are living, dying in the worst way. So I'm calling out the humble. Will the humble stand and pray? Whatever you do for the Lord, watch God, He'll make a way. He'll come right away. You can show up today. Whatever you do, you can do it the best you can. Whatever you do, oh, do it the best you can. Whatever you do. Somebody in your spare time, read Philippians 4, verse 8 through 9. Paul gives us some suggestions that you can start when you get time. In my opinion, I want you to be the best you can be. We all know that it starts from your knees. So He'll give you what you need. We know prayer changes things. Whatever you do it the best you can. Whatever you do, oh, do it the best you can. Whatever you do it the best you can. Whatever you do for do it the best you can. You can do it the best you can. Why don't somebody do it the best you can. You have an opportunity. God has blessed us all with. Whatever your job is, whatever your task in the service is, give God all the shine. Oh, do it. When you do it, He'll bless you. While you're serving Him, He'll give you strength. Yeah. Encourage everybody under the sounds of our
My mom would say, Carrie, don't talk about it, be about it. My name is Carrie K. Still, and as president of the Water Reclamation District, I lead an agency with $1 billion budget, AAA bond rating. We've increased transparency while we've reduced our reliance on tax dollars. Now, my opponent has been all talk and broken promises. The Sun-Times said Kagi's office is riddled with mismanagement, hurting our seniors, our veterans, and our property tax bills are going to be late again. Look, we all knew 4 years ago that the Cook County property tax system was broken and needed to be reformed. And unfortunately, it still does. That's why I'm asking for your vote June 28th, punch number 112. Because I won't spend the next 4 years talking about it. I'll be about it. Vote for me, Carrie K. Still, as your next Democratic Cook County assessor. This message has been paid for by friends of Carrie Still.
Carrie Still, Cook County Assessor.
WIIFTVPN.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
You are listening to the most dangerous show. It's What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Georgia, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to sit it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steel on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let this give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson, and it's 5 days left. It is 5 days left until election, and I need y'all to turn out. We need the black folks coming on in and out of the polling places. I see it was a little uptick yesterday. In the polling places, I see black folks are starting to wake up and come on out. Look, we need you to turn out, turn up, and do your thing, as the young people say. I'm going to write a story, a book, about being held hostage by millennials.
What?
Yes.
What does that mean?
We'll talk about it on a different day. But write that down.
It's not on the papers.
Write that down, because my book, I got a book I'm writing, but I'm gonna let it go for right now. But write that down. Just write it down so you can put it in my notes to write the book, Held Hostage in a Millennial World. What do you call it? A Gen Xer held hostage in a millennial world.
Sound fun.
Yeah, it does.
The millennial world is fun. Gen X world, I don't know.
I know it's gonna be fun till y'all gotta retire.
What? Retire?
Exactly.
What you talking about?
You gonna work it to the bone. You gonna work it to the bone, bone, bone. Just work it to the bone. Just work it.
More than 55.
And then what you got in there? What's
so
gonna be a
funny.
magic? It's gonna be a magic money that's gonna fall out.
Wait.
Boy.
You mean that my social safety net here in America does not exist?
It does not.
Are you telling me that every time I work and I pay into this system that I'm not going to be able to use it, Mace?
Correct.
Basically,
That sounds like a scam to me.
that's why y'all gonna go.
Sound like the teacher pension crisis.
Y'all gonna get the government y'all want.
So
I'm gonna tell you, y'all gonna get the government.
I ain't paying into it no more. I'm done.
Y'all gonna get the
done.
government y'all want though. I'm gonna be on my island, the island of Maze.
We're gonna have universal basic income.
Right? Because
That's
y'all
the
gonna be
only way
wearing
you gonna
white
be able
suits.
to supplement
All y'all
the
gonna be
system.
wearing white suits. Everybody gonna look the same. They're gonna be.
You know the thing
White
that
suits with
that
them
bothers me,
platform
Maze,
shoes.
is y'all
Yes.
created this.
I didn't.
We
create
just living
anything.
in this, and you mean to tell me that I'm literally paying into a
Who
system
can I
that's gonna
run
benefit
to?
you, but I ain't gonna be able to benefit from it.
Actually, it's not gonna benefit me.
It's gonna benefit your age group, but not me.
It's really not.
I'm done paying into it. That's why we need student loan forgiveness. We need universal basic income. That's the only way that millennials and below gonna be able to survive.
I know that's why they're gonna have y'all like slaves and robots.
Slaves
They
and
gonna-
robots.
Yep, they're gonna be like.
55. You just build you some stuff now. You feel me? You set yourself up.
With your
for
magic,
like-
what you gonna use your magic wand to do? You gonna go out to the money tree and just pick some money off the tree and
Yes.
No, hard
Okay.
work, dedication, saving, you know what I'm saying, discipline. It'll really get you
Okay,
far.
Riis.
It'll
You
really get
said-
you far.
come on,
You know,
Riis.
you can put your mind to it. If you feel like the only
Is
way
this
you
a
gonna
wait,
be,
man? Hold on.
the
Are you
only
talking
way
from a
gonna-
millennial perspective, or you talking from?
talking about-
you talking to the Gen X people
I'm
now? You
talking-
trying to
I'm
get
just
fans
saying,
on the
nah,
thing
I'm
because
just saying.
millennials don't think like that.
Nah, like the only way we gonna be broke in 20 years if we think we gonna be broke in 20 years. If you know
on
you
You
now.
gonna imagine it? You gonna
Huh?
imagine how you gonna get that? No hard work. No
Hard work,
You think
yeah.
hard work still counts though?
if you know what you're doing, you know
Depends on how you
discipline.
working.
Discipline.
Work it to the
Going
bone.
to a 9 to
What you-
5,
work it
no,
to the bone.
that does not work.
Just
You will
work it
never
to
get
the
ahead.
Just work
You won't get
it
ahead.
to
You
the
could
bone.
you can survive
Work
though.
it, work
You
it,
can
It's a lot-
survive.
It's a lot of good
But
9
who
to
wanna-
5.
listen, I ain't about that surviving.
Yeah, but
that's
that's
then you
really
gonna have to
what
work
9 to
harder.
5.
Because
No,
ain't
you're
gonna
not.
if you just
Or like he
you
said,
gotta
you
go
have
out
to
to push.
work
Let me tell you,
50
you gonna have to
hours,
push it
60
harder.
hours.
Then
No, it's not working harder. It's working smarter.
just
And
not
now
so
we're
harder.
here,
at
That's
so
the-
five.
that's the-
I think the smarter
that's the
you work.
misconception.
No, I think the misconception is that so you can work smart to make $100,000, and you could do that within 10% of your brain capacity because you're working smarter. Now, if you're working smarter and harder, then you can increase that to, let's say, $1 billion because you're using 80% of your brain capacity, your smartness.
Well,
now,
Maze,
if you decide
didn't say
you want
smarter
to,
at first, you said harder, and I know you always talk about working hard, but no, that is not the way. That is how you work yourself to death and end up with nothing and a pension that doesn't pay you enough and a Medicaid, Medicare donut hole that you can't even get proper health care.
none of those are things that I rely on. Like I don't count on any of that.
That's you, Maze.
I get you. So I'm
And
just
what
saying.
percentage are you?
Smarter, and harder.
What percentage?
Man, but if you preaching to people
It's
to
not
work,
preaching. It's the system. This is the system. Y'all tell people go to work,
I don't tell you to-
work your job
I tell
when
you,
you retire. But that system does not work.
Ruthie, I think everybody's giving up that go to job work. I don't know who's
No,
still
they
saying
have-
go work your job and get a retirement. Now, if somebody is
are.
still saying that, okay, well, I know we
People
don't
are.
say that here because we know that Enron happened. So we know that I told you my generation was the first people who really realized that dream that our parents told us to go to college for was not existent. When they ended Enron, like I feel like we were the first people to have the rug snatched out from under us.
No way. I know that. Listen.
Yeah, way.
The intergenerational oppression Olympics.
No, I'm not in the press because
we,
here's what I said.
We can go thing for thing, and I
I
can
don't
tell you why y'all screwed up the world for millennials, and we just making do. We just trying to make do with this world that we got.
Okay, I'll let you, but I guess my thing is, where's that Calvary? And I think I pray that universal basic income. I pray that student loan forgiveness. I pray that all of those things happen.
Yes, thank you. And
I would
reparations.
tell you,
Put reparations in there.
Nah, I'm down for
prayers.
reparations.
You throwing up prayers.
But I'm saying I want you to get everything you want, and while you wait, I'm gonna go get mine. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying that as I am smarter working, waiting for all of these wonderful things to happen, I will not limit my life to my anger at the way that.
That's not what millennials are doing. We're making do with what we were given. Just the same way y'all did. You play the cards you were dealt. Now, if you know where another deck at, you go get that deck and you play them cards. But the most average everyday person, the way that the system was, is you work this job to make this amount of money to advance your family in this way.
I thought y'all didn't work a job, though.
I'm talking about the way that the American system of work is set up in this society. Now, you are a businessman. Your outlook is much different from a person that goes to work to collect a pension to retire.
I don't know who really does that.
I know some people that really do that.
Like if they work at a government job.
No, I know
that's your circle, Maze. People, I know more people that do that than that do what I do or what you do or what Riis do.
They work one job and that's it.
Get they check, pay into their little 401k or 401.
But they 401k, they gonna get those. That's their money. They get that. But they gonna get that. Like that ain't your pension. That's, you know what I'm saying. You control that now. The pension that I'm talking about is the pension that said we're gonna match your contribution. The pension that people get when they work in government. That says you put in, we gonna match it, and then you guarantee this outcome at the end. You work this, etc. But all I'm gonna say is. I think we're going to be headed towards a very interesting reality. But it won't be mine. So I'm not going to even complain about it. I'm going to just keep on grinding. I'm going to tell my kids, let's get it. Let us not be limited by the circumstances that the world has put around us. Yes, we know that there are things. I agree with you, Ruthie. There is such thing as the Oppression Olympics. I do agree. There are Oppression Olympics. However, I choose to win. I'll debate the Oppression Olympics. I'll talk about that in spare time. In the meantime, I'll be like, we gotta go get this. Hey man, get up, son. I know that the world is unfair, and your dad is really treating you terribly. I should have made everything in your world great for you, but you don't get your butt up and let's go to your Aunt Tennille so she can make you cut your grass, because I've spoiled you terribly. I'd be like, you better go out to Aunt Tennille so you can learn how to do some work around this part. Oh, my goodness. Nah, but he called me the other day from his job. He was like, I need to get more hours. So, look, if y'all need a young handyman pizza maker, phone answerer, I was thinking about getting him the plug, but I feel like he got to grind a little bit. I was thinking, I was going to get him one of them super plug jobs, but I was like, nah, you got to do some manual labor first, just so you can understand. So then you got to start coming on in here, because you got some businesses to inherit. You know what I'm saying? You got some legacy to take over. Aunt Tennille ain't gonna be doing Monster Jam forever, right? We got a family business that I think that has been the mentality. I think once we saw that there was no Calvary, we said we got to make a way. And that's probably just it. Not bootstraps, because I think that we've benefited from so many people, places, circumstances along the way, and I'm grateful. I do not want to appear or to look as if our situations are I really don't want it to come off in a bad way. I will tell you that I do believe that our family has been blessed. I also believe that we have an ethic that says there is no such thing as a wall. It may be a fence, it may be a hurdle, but you ain't stopping us from doing nothing that we gonna do. And that's probably just what permeates my thought process. All right, y'all, it is the Mace Jackson Show. That was Ruthie Moore offering her opinions early in the morning. How you feeling, though, Ruthie? Oh, now you
hopeless.
Not
like a penny
with a hole in it. See, I just feel like, I don't know what it is, but I feel like you're not gonna beat me. No matter, I don't think there's ever been a time where I felt like, oh, you gonna keep me down. Like, just never. So I don't think I've ever felt.
Maze. It's like it's levels and it's stages and it's steps. Because first you gotta realize you down. Like, that's the main thing. Like, once you realize, like, I can do much better than this. Like, that's a mentality shift that you have to make before you can even realize, like, I'm about to grind until I get all of it. Like, it's, if you used to just getting money in exchange for hours or your time in a very structured type of way, you have to change your mentality if you're not doing that no more. And I think it enables you to see yourself in a limitless capacity. And I think that's helpful to your mentality. But I also think that it puts you a little out of touch sometimes.
I'd be like, don't.
You have no limits. You took a limitless pill. You ever seen that movie?
No.
You should watch it.
Never seen Limitless?
It's really good.
Oh,
it's this pill you can take, and
It's
a little TV series, but I think you'll like it though.
I think you would love it.
Yeah,
the movie Limitless.
Yeah.
So it's like you took a limitless pill.
Yeah. It's like, and it's exactly like you just explained to us, like how we only use 10% of our brain, but when he used that, he shows you what
the pill
happens
make
if
you
you
use
use 80% of your brain. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that goes to my whole detest mediocrity. Like, I feel like if I had an 8-hour day and I figured out how to do my job in an hour, then I feel like, okay, there's 7 more hours for me to make profit. Now, initially that would be for the company that I work for, but the whole time I would be figuring out, what is my path here? Is my path to use my additional productivity to market myself within the company to say this is why I should be paid more? Or do I learn how to maximize it so I can take it and do it on my own and then charge my own price? So, I don't know, man. Yeah. When you're trying to do things solo dolo, it's a lot harder than a partnership. Sometimes. Because if you are limitless in your thought process, like, I don't like people around me that can always tell me why not. Like, there are people, like, you can say, man, let's go to blah, blah, blah. And they'll be like, man, well, the problem I have here is that this is what the problem could be. And I feel like I want my people that are around me. Now, if I say, let's go jump off a cliff, then you're not supposed to agree. But if we say we a squad and it's like we gonna take it, the plan is not to have a room full of people telling you why you can't make it. If you see in the opposition, and you're supposed to be saying, this is how we're going to overcome. Here are our challenges. We got to get to the top of that hill. These are the things that we're going to have to overcome. And so each one of my people should be planning the way to attack that issue so that we can get to the top of the hill, because at the top of the hill, we can all eat. And so I think there's a mentality that comes with that, though. There's the woe is me people. Like, oh my God, we'll never get there. Dang. Hey, Deion Ferris. That was we need to go see this on the rooftop, Ruthie. We need to make Love Jones one of the rooftop cinema movies. We're going to do a rooftop cinema over at the Emily Hotel. And they showing Love Jones. We need to be like, this soundtrack was off the chain. All right, so anyway, I don't know where we was at, but I'm going to move on. Ruthie, so how you feeling today besides hopeless with a penny in it?
I ain't never hopeless. But I'm good. I ain't got no complaints.
You know what, Ruthie? I feel like we always you dropped it down there.
See, I need a
Would you probably need another pen?
I need a pen.
Ah! Here, Ruthie, here's a pen. Here you go.
Oh, thank you. This one of them pens that you will never take.
You like, here, you can take this back.
Yeah, but I'm feeling good. It's Thursday. We almost to Friday. Oh, I got LSC induction on Saturday.
Oh, you got to wear a dress. You got to be like, you wearing a dress?
I wasn't planning on it.
Ruthie, you have to go. So this is what you got to do.
Oh, what I got to do, man.
You got to twist up your hair, right? You got to make sure you at least for the photo front, and you got to get like the shine.
What I got to wear? I got to do professional?
Like I would wear, like if I had a suit, or like at least a jacket. I will rock the jacket so that when I take the pictures, those can be the beginning of your campaign load up.
Oh
right?
my goodness.
No, but if you ever want to use them, right? Like even if it's not a campaign, it's like and I don't remember how they do it, right? Like if they make you swear in, are you coming to the school?
Yep, it's like a luncheon.
So you should dress.
I should go to the luncheon too.
You definitely should go to the luncheon. You should be actively involved. You should go get your nice little fresh thing. Make sure your shoes is shiny. Make sure you got your little,
I gotta talk to people.
Put
man.
your little. You got a blue
gracious.
suit. You got a blue suit.
I got a blue jacket.
Okay, that's what I mean.
Why
Blue jacket.
Why blue?
Good for TV. Good for pictures. Looks official. And it's right. You got to be calculating. Right. So make sure you get a picture by the flag. Make sure you get a picture by Ruthie. Like tell Asia and don't take the pictures in the millennial mode. Millennials be like, let me take your picture. No, turn it horizontal. Take the picture properly so that they can be used in case they ever need to be edited into a video. You ever seen a video where they got to put the videos in like this as compared, and then all of it shot this way, but then they want to put your video in and yours is like, eh. Always when you're shooting video and you have intent to use it, I know y'all love this, turn it horizontal. If you talk to a cinematographer, they can't ever really use, you ever seen
vertical?
Them? Right. So, just with all those things, and tell Asia, make sure you should think about a shot list, right? Like make sure you take a picture with the principal. No.
Oh.
Did you say drinks?
I'm just joking.
No, you're not.
That was a joke, people.
Re-elect Ruthie more already.
That was a joke. Riis played a little symbol thing, little.
Boom, boom, psh. Right, because now you got to remember. Well, you got time till you get sworn in.
Time.
Then once you get sworn in, though, we're gonna have to make sure that cup is coffee all the time. Make sure you have it. Make sure it's clear.
That is funny.
So the people be like, oh, this is water. Oh, this is tea. Make sure they don't,
What?
Ruthie, I'm just telling you. Look, you see how many letters I got? I'm just telling you. And now you on the list. You on the watch list. So they going to be trying to catch you. So, make sure, it might be people outside, your opposition now might be outside your house taking pictures.
Oh, my goodness.
These school council elections get real serious. So they going to be trying to get your dirt. Make sure you clean up after the dog outside. Make sure you got it all together, because you are now an elected official. And we're gonna be like, them damn elected officials, Ruthie.
I don't want to watch my TV and see all that. I might go fight.
You took the kids' lunch money tickets.
No.
Ruthie Moore raised the prices of free lunch.
There will be no more free lunch.
She said no more free lunch until she get reparations.
Ken Griffin is now Ruthie's sponsor. No free lunches for the darn kids. These parents need to get in here. Okay.
That ain't even right.
I'm just telling you. So look, y'all. Ruthie Moore is stepping off into the land of the elected official, getting sworn in on. We got to have a swearing in party after everybody. Let's do it all together. We're going to have a celebration. Celebrate good times. Come on. Let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here. Like the Delta's going to be doing their thing. Y'all can have a real humdinger by next Wednesday. Dang. Now, please tell me a humdinger ain't one of y'all things.
That is funny.
What is funny? A humdinger?
Who says that? Humdinger?
I say humdinger.
Right.
You say it, Riis?
No.
What do you mean, right?
That's what I said. Why would I say no?
A humdinger?
My uncle said that.
A humdinger of a party, man. That's
what
like y'all better put that. I bet you I could introduce humdinger into the lexicon and have people saying
No, they won't.
And then they would.
Like, how many people say Lordy B?
That's different.
No, when did y'all?
I hear Lordy
stop
B.
a little bit.
I got old aunties.
Right, I'm trying to say like that.
Okay, and humdinger, I bet I could bring it back.
No,
I bet I could bring it back. I bet I could bring it back.
You know why? It's because
humdinger.
That is a real. It's the way you. It's the words. Like it's the motion with the mouth. People ain't gonna want to say that.
Humdinger.
See,
boy, that's a real humdinger you got there. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get it back. All right, it's the Maze Jackson Show. All right, y'all, we done been talking so much smack. We ain't even said what's up to the man. DJ Riis, the ruler on the ones and twos. DJ Riis, the ruler, how you feeling this morning?
Blessed by the best. You already know the rest. How y'all doing there today?
Hey, man, we good, man. We good. Breaker 19. I feel like I'm on the CB. We going to have to do a trucker show. Okay, first of all, I did not know we weren't on the radio.
What?
I didn't know we was. I never quit the radio.
Because I thought it was just
I
played
thought it was
like after.
yeah, that's what. So like, I thought that your show was just like an after show. Like,
That's what I thought they
until
was
it got
playing the
fixed.
thing where they
Yeah.
said. They said not like dude was like you quit, you walked out. I was like I never quit.
That you give him a check.
No, but no, here go the thing. No, here go the thing, Reese.
C word.
No, but here go the thing, right? It's like we pay. I usually pay it all at once in a quarter. So my thing is, give me the bill, and I'll pay it. But I'm not gonna pay a bill you ain't gave me, right?
real.
And I'm saying like, but I never said I quit, and I never like. So anyway, I didn't know we went on the radio. I'm really trying to get this worked out because I do, I miss the radio.
Saints don't know about the palm card that we had out there. They don't know about our voters. Come on, man. We got to get the Saints. We got to get the Saints in tune. They looking.
Man, the Saints are looking. Man, y'all call up to that radio station if you tuned in to one of the Saints and tell them, man, turn our show back on. They be acting up. Be making me act funny. I was looking at
Maybe
the text.
somebody gave him something. So
I was thinking that too.
Yeah,
I was thinking like,
yeah.
you like all of a sudden. I'm sorry I didn't know. So now you want to give? Oh, we want to start on Tuesday, huh? Right? We can get you back on Wednesday.
Yeah, we got you. You said the 29th is when you ready to get on.
Right.
All right.
You see how?
If you say that, you know it.
Man, Joe, I'm telling you. It's the Mace Jackson Show. Look, I'm telling you, well, let's do this. Let's get the soul plane up to 60,000 feet. Let's get it up and away. When we come back, we're going to do some headlines. Plus, social media question of the day. It is the Mace Jackson Show.
The Mace Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTBPM.
Hey, Chicagoland, all roads lead to Solo Beauty Supply, the largest black-owned beauty supply in Chicago. We carry a large selection of natural hair care products, plus much more. So come see us at one of our two locations, located at 9011 South Ashland or 8158 South Cottage Grove. Our inventory is growing, and with your support, Solo Beauty will continue to be a source of pride in our community.
Mace Jackson.
What's up, Chicago? This is your man, Mace Jackson, host of the Mace Jackson Show. You hear me every single day ask the question, what's in it for the black people? Well, finally, y'all, we've got an answer, and it's called the Black People First Party. Meet us every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at TP, located at 5401 South Wentworth, Unit 17E. That's in the mall at the 55th and the Dan Ryan. And you join us every Saturday where we are taking our politics black. We'll teach you everything you need to know about the game, from how to collect a petition, to how to knock on a door, to even how to become the next mayor of the city of Chicago. That's right, y'all. It is the Black People First Party. Meet us every Saturday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at TP, located at 5401 South Wentworth in the mall at 55th and the Dan Ryan. And if you don't like it, you can still tell them, Maze said. This is a black people thing you wouldn't even understand.
Mace Jackson.
My mom would say, Carrie, don't talk about it, be about it. My name is Carrie K. Still, and as president of the Water Reclamation District, I lead an agency with $1 billion budget, AAA bond rating. We've increased transparency while we reduced our reliance on tax dollars. Now, my opponent has been all talk and broken promises. The Sun-Times said Kagi's office is riddled with mismanagement, hurting our seniors, our veterans, and our property tax bills are going to be late again. Look, we all knew 4 years ago that the Cook County property tax system was broken and needed to be reformed. And unfortunately, it still does. That's why I'm asking for your vote June 28th, punch number 112. Because I won't spend the next 4 years talking about it. I'll be about it. Vote for me, Carrie K. Still, as your next Democratic Cook County assessor. This message has been paid for by friends of Carrie Still.
Carrie Steele, Cook County Assessor.
And now, traffic and weather.
Yo, who said devotion has to be sad? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, I want. He's making me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. God's gonna turn it around.
Come all the way with me.
Good morning. What's in it for the the Black People Media family. The time is now 6:39 a.m. I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports traffic and weather update. As we head over to sports, the White Sox lose to the Blue Jays 5-9 as the Sox avoid a sweep against the Pirates and they win 14-5. Let's head over to traffic now on the Kennedy. O'Hare to the Loop will be 26 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 22 minutes. On the Edens, 27 minutes in both directions, while the Eisenhower is 43 minutes. Thorndale to the Loop, 30 minutes back out to Thorndale. On the Stevenson, from I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be 52 minutes. Outbound will be 30. The Bishop Ford, I-80 to the Dan Ryan, 36 minutes, 31 minutes to I-80. On the Dan Ryan is 20 minutes to the Loop, 12 minutes to 95th. On Gustavo Drive, north and south, both directions are locked in at 8 minutes solid. Today's weather, it is currently 70 and mostly sunny. Today will be a high of 79 with a low of 68. I'm Riis the Ruler. Back to the Maze Jackson Show.
Back to glory. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Come all the way with me. Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me. Oh, please.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my girl Ruthie Moore in the building, plus my man DJ Riis the Ruler on the ones and twos. And y'all, it is a little bit past 6:30, and we did not get to the headlines, so I'm gonna run through some of them, and then we'll talk about some throughout the rest of the show. Ruthie, I don't know if you saw City Council yesterday. I did not get to watch it because I was embroiled in some other business. Mm-hmm. But when I emerged from the meeting, Ruthie, I saw it was popping off in the City Council.
The best reality TV you could probably watch.
Just think, y'all wasn't even thinking about City Council 5 years ago.
I think people have been thinking about City Council, Maze.
They weren't watching.
No, it's the vantage point that people have. Thanks to you, Maze. Your analysis has helped.
Look at me.
Wait, hold on.
Thank you, Ruthie.
Now, if you pat somebody on the back and then they pat themselves on the back, do it negate the pat I gave you?
No. It compounds it. You just missed a spot. You know what I'm saying?
I need a compound pat.
You missed a spot. So I'm just playing. I'm just joking around. Anyway, so yesterday, apparently the mayor pulled a parliamentary maneuver over a parliamentary maneuver that nobody had seen. So then they cried foul. So then she DMP'd the speed camera vote, because essentially what I feel like they were trying to do was accept the report of the finance committee, which would have basically said that it failed. So what she did was DMP the one item and then gives herself another month to go convince Alderman to keep charging us for those speed cameras. Mm-hmm. So she DMP'd them and they was like, foul! And she was like, I got the gavel. You're not recognized. Shut in the hell up. So then Alderman Beal teamed up with Alderman Lopez, and they DMP'd every other item. So imagine you was like, so next on the agenda, they was like, excuse me, point of order. I'd like to defer to the public. So they DMP'd the whole, she DMP'd one of theirs. Mm-hmm. They DMP'd the whole thing. They had to stop the meeting, go behind the chambers, and ask them to not play them again because they was getting ready to DMP the whole meeting.
Do you agree with her calling the games?
Huh?
Do you agree with her calling the games?
What do you mean calling the game?
Like she said they playing games. And Bill was like, you playing games.
No, it's like, it's parliamentary procedure. Like, to me, this is the game. Let me say, they're not playing the game. They're not playing games. Mm-hmm. They're playing the game.
For sure.
So don't be like, I feel like the mayor be like,
ain't no fun when a rabbit got the gun.
Ooh, see, yeah. You don't hit me, but I can't hit you back. It's like that,
One thing I noticed about Alderman Bill is that he know his parliamentary procedure.
So but you know what bothers me about that is the mayor she's blaming it on Ed Burt. Like the problem for me is that nobody ever thinks that black people are smart enough to read, even black people. Like, so, like how they be the smart black people that think they smarter than everybody else black because they know white people. So then they be like, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, why can't Bill, who's been an alderman for over 20 years, know parliamentary procedure? No rules. I've been here longer than you, but now you the smartest one. Like, that's kind of how the mayor be like. I feel like the mayor, you got the stick, but if you can't swing it, right? Like, the mayor got the biggest bat, but she can't lift it. So, like, you ever seen somebody on the softball team, they be like, ooh, I want Big Bertha. But then they can't pick up Big Bertha. And then when they try to swing, trying to get Big Bertha around, the pitch done went past them 2 times by the time they even took the swing because the bat too. And then that's what's happening with the mayor.
Do you think that the mayor feels confident because she got the attorney person that's been helping her with her parliamentary procedure? And that
I don't think she confident. I think she got whooped. I think that we just saw the first time since forever.
Ain't that like some of them unspoken like rules? Like, you know how they say like baseball is like a gentleman's game. Ain't politics and city council like a gentleman's game?
It used to be. The mayor has taken all civility of gentlemanness out of it.
Now hold on, the mayor. I ain't putting it at the feet of the mayor because I seen council wars.
Okay, and you ain't seen them since we had Mayor Daley.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna put that on. I ain't gonna put that on Mayor.
When you turn around, when everybody dressed up, could you imagine getting fronted at your graduation? So on graduation day, imagine you. Remember on the first day of the swear-in, the mayor fronted everybody. So imagine your valedictorian is doing the speech at your graduation and be like, and that time that all of y'all, I seen every single one of y'all when y'all ditched on senior ditch day and y'all know y'all wrong. And your parents are sitting in the audience and everybody looking like, why would you say that? And then you turn around and be like, oh, y'all don't say nothing before I front you off personally. Like, I saw what y'all did when y'all broke. Now clap. Or I'm going to tell your mom and them. That's how she started. Like, I think y'all got to put it in perspective. Like, if you open up on the first day when everybody dressed up and we all at church and you start a fight at church, in our church clothes, with our parents there, is it people you don't like in the world, but like when you was in school, it was people that y'all might be into it. But when our parents and family are here and we all dressed up, we ain't finna do that right here.
Now, I'm not caping for the mayor, but ain't it a saying? Hit the big one first and the rest will sit down.
Well, guess what?
That was her strategy. And some people sat down.
Okay, well, guess what? They talking again.
But but you see, she's still using the same tactic.
And guess what?
And guess what they gonna do? Some of them gonna be quiet.
And guess what?
But some of them gonna talk again.
I agree with you. But guess what? They gonna be talking when she is at home. Yeah, I'm just telling you. Like this, what you're saying is, what she has done is allowed the cat to get out the bag. Like, again, once people realize the wizard can't lightning strike you, she can't say I ain't giving you nothing for 4 years now because she got to come to all their wards and all their spaces. And I'm just saying that the moment that the 26 pass and she loses, and there's no repercussion, she ain't got no $5 million to put a candidate in the race against you. And then she going to be saying, I need you to come support me. You saw that's why she had 3 aldermen standing up for her when she announced. You seeing something unprecedented happening right now. I'm just telling you. And
remember we talked about the mayor's path to victory? Like, what does that look like? And I think it's going to be through the black alderman.
I think it's got to go through. I would disagree with you only because the black aldermen, none of them were with Willie Wilson last election and he won all of their awards. And so I don't think that the black aldermen have as much sway with the voters. I don't know that the elected officials, like I do think like with the palm cards in the mail, they do have an advantage there. But I don't know that the masses, if they're determined that they're not for someone, that there is an alderman that can stand in the way and say, we're going to go this way. I don't know that exists. Like, I would say maybe somewhere in like the 8th ward or somewhere where there's a lot of jobs and a lot of people, but I don't know that works. All right. Did you see CPL shelved the Chinatown High School? Did we talk about that yesterday?
We touched on it a little bit.
So they were going to build, it was funny, they were going to build a new high school for Chinatown. There was $170 million in the budget. Yesterday, after black activists went the hell off because they was going to build it on the land of the old Ickies. Mm-hmm. They was like, how y'all going to take the land y'all told us we was going to build homes on and then build a new high school when we are also losing school population? I still think it's crazy that we got all of these empty high schools. Why? As empty as Dunbar is, you trying to tell me Dunbar ain't close enough for that to be the Chinatown High School? They want to build a new state-of-the-art high school. Build the same. Why?
I get it. You think they want they
kids going where the Negroes go?
Exactly. No.
I mean, I feel like that speaks so many. But I think that
Can you imagine? I visit Chinatown frequently, and just even coming here every day, like I encounter a lot of people who I think are residents of Chinatown, and I do believe that they should have a high school that reflects their culture.
Do they get why they can't just?
But I do think they should have a high school that reflects their culture. Should it be brand spanking new on the Ickies? Nah, probably not. But I do think that they should have a school that reflects their culture.
What high school reflects our culture? Positively.
There are some.
Urban prep. Like
maybe they should get a charter school. Maybe they should get a charter school.
For like 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You had a big story about you. Did you see what I did? I left that one alone. I left urban prep alone. There was a big old, and I've heard this on numerous occasions, but I'm gonna let that be.
I know what you're talking about because I had a lot of urban prep students. Now I will say that though that they do a decent job of, making sure
his last two or his first two
they get the class and stuff.
First two or last two?
You talking about schools?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they closed one down, so it's like I guess the best one is really out south, the out west.
Did he go to his first two, or did he go there his first 2 years, or his last 2 years?
His first 2 years.
Okay, that goes to a lot of my point, but I'm not going.
How they cream the kids?
I'm not gonna go. I tell you, I'm gonna be.
No, but you know what it was is the only reason why I pulled them out because I actually like urban prep because they try to groom them to be like young men. They try to like instill
the values. And
you know what I'm saying? So like I like that especially from like young men. But what I don't know if it was the funding or what. But the only reason why I pulled my son out is because he went through a whole year without a math teacher. I don't know if it was the funding or what, but they never had a math teacher. And, he had to go and take an extra math class when he went to East, Proviso. But, the school in general, what they was doing, I really liked it. I guess they didn't have the funding behind it to really push their idea to, the max. But,
Okay.
It's a good concept.
No math teacher.
So who do we blame for that, though?
I'm not going to blame anyone, but I'm going to just say this. To not have math, what do I talk about here all the time? Reading and counting. Reading and counting. Reading and counting. It's reading, writing, arithmetic. I know I like arts. I know I like, and that to me is the symbolic of how we operate. Not operate, but how the challenges that we have. So the premise presented to us as our black excellence could not get a math teacher. I'm not blaming it on the school. I'm saying, how is it possible that our shining beacon cannot have a math teacher for a year? And I say, and when you say the only reason that you took him out was because he didn't have a math teacher, that That's a pretty big reason. And then my question is, how many people have that same situation, right? And so you multiply that missing year times the cost of the separate math class that you have to take. And I think that it's sort of like this whole oxtail thing to me, where we get the cows. So you know how it's presented to us now as a delicacy. I never had an oxtail in my life. I was like, I had never seen an ox. So what the hell is an ox? You know, and then after I saw the Cat Williams thing, I really was like, what the hell is an oxtail? And they was like, you know, people going crazy or whatever. But it's presented to us as a delicacy when it really is the throwaway from their table. Now, we've reconditioned it. You know, we dress it up and now it comes out. But most of the products that we have had and turned and made into delicacies have often been byproducts of someone else's success, and we get the leftovers. And then because of who we are, we make it the best that it is. And your mama put it on your plate in front of you and say, eat that, boy. It's good for you because that's the best that we get. I'm not going to go down the path, but you can't tell me that a two-legged stool works. It's reading, writing, arithmetic. And so I'm going to leave it alone, but I do think that sometimes we are presented with bad and worse.
Maze, we be down so bad.
Yeah.
That a school that teaches stuff that you supposed to learn in other places had to fill in that gap. And I'm not saying I'm with you, Maze, reading, writing, arithmetic, but also cultural values, introductions to manhood, rites of passages. Those things are also important. Equally, unequally, I don't know. No math, that's a problem. But do they know how to look somebody in the eye when they talk to them?
Yeah, but I can look you in the eye. If I want to look you, part of the confidence I have in looking you in the eye is knowing that I could count. Knowing that you can.
We be down so bad. Like sometimes maybe looking in the eye is the precursor to you feeling confident enough to engage in learning math.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think it's a one size fits all. But Maze, I agree with you. Reading, writing, arithmetic.
Yes. And that's why I refuse to. I'm not going to slander anybody because I think we've always had to make do. We've always got to make the best. Speaking of making the best, Asian carp. First of all, I don't know if we're allowed to call it. They're changing the name from Asian carp to now it's called Kopi. Ruthie, you eating Kopi?
No. And I get it. Because I did see the other examples of names that they changed.
Man, sea bass.
Yeah, or orange roey. I get it. But Ruffy. But I don't eat it. But but I do think by changing the name, it does take away the origins of the invasive species. There are so many invasive species of things, plants, bugs, animals, insects that come from Asia. They have Asian origins. And I get it, but come on now. This woke culture, we going a little too far with this. We need to know where this invasive stuff is coming from, and a lot of it comes from Asian countries.
So this Asian carp is now being called...
It's destroying the Great Lakes.
Kopi. Yes. Destroying. It's now called Kopi, and now they are trying to market it to restaurants, and they're going to sell it to us. But it's so bony that they got to grind it up and serve it to you in a patty or serve it to you on a taco. Can I tell you what they called Kopi when I was a kid?
What?
Nigger fish.
The Asian carp?
Carp, period.
Damn, because they had the lips.
Because they got the big lips. I remember in Aroma Park,
mm-hmm.
I had to beat the brakes off a white boy because every day he was calling me carp.
Aroma Park.
I was like, and I didn't really realize it until I saw a picture because I went and looked in the encyclopedia. And then I came out the encyclopedia. I came out the library at the camp
mm-hmm.
and beat the brakes off, dude. And then I ain't have no more problems. But guess where he was from?
Where?
Dalton.
Oh,
when
wow.
Dalton was the whitest of the white neighborhood.
That's what they call it. Dalton. Now it's Dalton.
Dalton.
I'm from Dalton.
Dalton. Yeah, man, but Asian carp is renamed Kopi. You going?
Fun to catch, but I ain't putting it in my mouth.
Reese, you going?
No way.
Hold on. What? It will always be lower than American catfish in your book. What?
Nobody eat no carp. Like, even old black people don't even really like carp like that.
Right.
And you really hate to get them on your line because they be breaking your hook.
Mm-hmm.
And you know if it's carp in the water, then it's eating and sucking up the really good fish. Carp equals bad.
Man.
Fun to catch sometimes.
Because you get you a big one, boy.
If you fishing for carp, but nobody fishing for carp. Who want to eat that
muddy fish?
Dark
mud. And then you got to cut the mud. You got to cut the mud
really,
line
like,
out of it.
Carp have been a problem since I've been little fishing. Like, and now to be older and to realize this is an Asian invasive species. Like, it makes me so angry because I've seen the proliferation of carp in our Illinois waters. It's a problem.
So wait, is carp buffalo? Because buffalo.
That's a good question.
Because
it's similar. It's a similar type of color.
Right. I feel like it's carp buffalo. Oh, Lord. I don't know. But I remember we used to have buffalo every Friday.
Friday?
Black people, we at my Aunt Mary Lou's, we had buffalo, catfish, and perch.
Yeah,
every
Friday.
Yeah, come on now.
A fish fry.
First of all, don't hand me no baked fish. Only time I'm eating that is like when I go to like say cut or something fancy. I mean, if you hand me some baked fish, I'm gonna some baked catfish, some baked perch. Man, you better get it. If you don't get your,
you can bake perch.
Yeah,
it's already fishy. Good God.
Get up out of my face with that. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We still, hold on, let me get some more of these headlines. Did you see they found the student who did the nooses, but they're not charging him with the hate crime?
Why not? Mental illness or something?
Because they doesn't meet the standards. I was like, okay, I ain't gonna say. Shout out to Antoine D. Ice Dobine, excuse me. Apparently, Joel Kamen, 44-year-old, was the guy. He caught the guy that, remember when the girl was caught in the building? He had her chained there for 3 days. He said they had ordinarily paid for sex, but he was sick of paying. Mm-hmm. So he kidnapped her and locked her in the place for 3 days. They got him on aggravated kidnapping and aggravated sexual assault. He is in the jail.
I know that they only do charges that they know can stick, but give me an attempted murder up in there. That's just me. That's probably why I ain't a prosecutor.
What? I thought you ain't gonna free them all, Ruthie.
No, there's a special place there should be a special place in the jail and in hell for people like this.
Okay.
And he should be chained up.
And I already know what you're gonna say.
I'll leave it there.
Sons of Anarchy. You just got to see that edition. That one time in Sons of Anarchy, I was like, y'all, this is too much. This is worse than Oz right now. You Ozing them.
Yes.
Did y'all see the pastors hosted a die-in yesterday at Chuck's Gun Shop?
Sure.
Pastor Meeks, Reverend Ike Ackery, they say a lot of people get shot from Chuck's Gun Shop.
Everybody know that.
Really? So
everybody know about Chuck's.
So what you could just go get one?
The thing that if it ain't Chuck's, then they gonna just go across the border. It's kind of like plugging a leak and then it just spring up somewhere else.
It's like a hole in the dike.
So it's kind of like, not in Illinois. Get this out of Illinois. Okay, it's gonna be right in Indiana. I don't know, because I'm not really with limiting access, but I understand the need.
Okay. Let's see. Don't miss today. Carrie's got a preacher breakfast.
Prayer breakfast.
Prayer. Hey, I'm going to tell all y'all preachers, I know y'all be laying hands, but keep them high. Shoulders up. I'm going to be watching. Why you make that face, Ruthie? VB, y'all put the, you know what I'm saying? Nah, shout out to the historic Quinn AME Chapel. How dope is that? All of the, and it's gonna be like the news and everything.
Yeah, should be good.
All right. Then let's see. Did you see CPS can no longer ban head coverings based on race, ethnicity, or texture?
Oh, like a do-rag?
That I'm saying.
A bonnet? A hijab?
See?
A yarmulke?
Do black people get to claim a bonnet?
We get to wear do-rags?
The woke culture is too much. Like, for real? So y'all think that's okay?
If you can wear your yarmulke and your hijab, let Riis wear his do-rag.
That's crazy.
So they can wear bonnets?
If she ain't have her hair finished, you feel me? It was late at night.
It's
she
a
ain't get her
protective style.
She ain't get her hair finished. She put it in the bonnet real quick and gonna get it finished afterwards.
Do you know how much stress young women endure related to hair in schools?
You don't want them stressing now, feeling insecure about themselves at an early age.
So they should be able to
Do
put a
y'all
hat
understand
on.
that getting dressed and looking presentable every day is part of regular life?
Things happen. She was
Riis.
getting micro braids. That's 500
Riis.
braids.
That's
in her
called
head.
planning.
Riis
Things happen.
or
man.
Maze, maybe she could not afford to get her hair done. Maybe
Get
her
a natural style.
No, maybe her mama didn't teach her how to properly do her 4C hair, Maze. You never know.
So
So
have
do not discriminate against black women with hats or head coverings on.
What your mama do?
Generally, it's a sign
Little
that
bonnet.
you
To school?
that ain't right.
You know what? My mama would, to embarrass me, would come in her
As a student. I feel like getting dressed as a student is part of preparing people for life. So what, when you go to work, you're going to wake up and be like, oh, damn, I ain't get my hair done, so I'm going to just show up as my attorney, and I'm going to be like, oh, my bad.
I'm going to put a hat on.
That's different.
And in court? Oh, I forgot. Y'all right. That's right. Because y'all will hire lawyers that say screw you in court, too. They can wear a T-shirt to court, and they can wear a T-shirt and red bottoms to court and be cool in gym shoes, because I forgot.
Generally, they would probably just put like a wig on. And then you're going to talk about that. So black women,
Not if they don't have
win.
it cocked to the side.
See, that's what I'm saying.
What's
you
wrong
can't
with
win.
we cocked to the side? She can't see things on top of her head. You know.
Then
what
that's
I'm
when
saying?
y'all sister's supposed to be like, girl, let me get you right.
See, nah.
That's because the sister be like, oh, she got a booger. Don't tell her. That's be the sister. A brother be like, sis, you leaning just a little bit. The sisters be like, look at her up there with a wig all turned up.
But it's like a little cute, just a little hair wrap. Now they be doing little hair wraps. You know, just do a little cute little hair wrap.
I'm okay with like a
yeah, that's
like if you go, but I'm just saying like,
No, you're not. By your standards, no.
How you gonna tell my standards?
You're not groomed properly.
Yeah, so
You got that do-rag on your head.
Yeah,
I'm just telling y'all, held hostage by the millennials. This is another held hostage. Look,
says the man who had locks and would wear his locks in his professional meetings with his lack of a suit.
See,
My.
Yeah, and guess what? And guess what? And guess what?
Held hostage by Gen X.
All he's trying to
They did the same stuff, but want to demonize us for doing it.
It's not really demonized, Ruthie. It's kind of like you ever tell your little niece something, and you know you be like, I'm really trying to just tell you this. I know you want to do it your way. I know you see it 1,000 ways, but I lived it already. I did the rebel.
Don't be exhibiting no growth.
So that's what it don't be exhibiting no growth.
No growth and no parroting back.
So
No
y'all
wisdom.
need to tell me. So look, this is all I'm saying. Like, I did my time getting dressed though. Like, I just think like we're like these are like life lessons. Like,
no, the life lesson is that you don't have to be bound by societal standards of beauty.
I agree. And that's why you gonna be broke as a joke talking about some.
If
Where's my universal basic income?
But if you
And my student loan forgiveness.
But if you do need something done in your hair, make sure y'all stop at Solo Beauty to get y'all hair care.
That's what I'm saying. Get your hair wrap.
Get your hair wrap.
Okay, so you can't do the hair wrap now.
If it's nice and neat.
Like, I feel like this.
You can do the hair wrap, man.
Only if it's from Solo Beauty though. Like you have to show the Solo Beauty receipt.
So this is what I feel like.
How you feel, Maze?
I feel like it's okay to have a head wrap. Like if they like, I just feel like you can't. I think a bonnet. Let me not even say a bonnet. I think that there are levels of presentation for where you're going. I think that getting ready for school every day for a young person is practice for the real world, and it is a process. I think that you should show up clean and groomed. Right now, I'm not saying your parents haven't. I think your parents are supposed to teach you that, and I think that this is all part of that, right? Which is you, as part of your regimen, you got to get up and take a shower. You got to put on deodorant. You got to you got to brush your teeth. I believe you got to iron your clothes. That's how I was taught, right? You don't go to school wrinkled because it prepares you for life later on, which is why I iron my t-shirts and all that. Now, I'm not saying that all of that has to go there. But what I am suggesting is that there are some standards, and I think even, I don't have a problem with you having, my son, I let him grow his hair however he wants to grow it. I don't like it. I don't like this matted, crazy hair look. I'll be like, man, you don't want a line? You don't want to be tightened up and be fresh with a fade? But that's your hair. I'm going to let you have it. But I do feel like when he goes to school, I'll be like, hey, dog, you can't do the weekend at school. You can keep it, you can grow it crazy, but you got to keep it off your ears and you got to keep it, right, some kind of groomed. I feel like by taking all of these things away, you're setting them up for failure when they have to adapt in the real world. Now, maybe the world is changing to a point, and I'm not talking about standards of beauty. I'm okay with student uniforms, right? So that they don't have to have all of those complications, right? So you could I love the fact that my boy has to put on a tie every day. And, now you don't have to put on a tie every day anymore. But he has a standardized uniform so they not going back and forth every day. You know what I'm saying? And he don't got to be competing. Their competition is in their gym shoes. But the school don't even let them wear crazy gym shoes. But I do feel like somewhere in there, when do you teach them how to get dressed? That's the conversation. Right. And I think
it don't fall on the young people. The young people should not have to suffer because of a lack of parents teaching them how to comb their hair every day. Parents making sure that they get a hot breakfast. So don't put that on the young people. So you do need school policies that exist to help young people outside of their lack of parental involvement.
So if they need to have a parenting class that says that if I look at you and you come to school 3 days in a row dirty, I'm not blaming you. I'm going to say, hey, yo, you need to come to school. You either need to stay or come early or stay late because we have a washing machine program that says that anybody that got dirty clothes can come put their clothes in the washing machine and wash. I'm pretty sure that happens. And so I'm saying, but that's teaching them a standard that somewhere in there there's got to be a standard. That's all I got to say. Look, we can't quit because Riis is now doing the thing. Vince, we got to, I got to give Vince keep talking to the people. Hey, y'all, hold on 1 second. Ruthie Moore is about to entertain y'all. She about to tell y'all why the millennials ain't ruining the world. But they really are. We'll be back, and I'll be right back. Go ahead.
That's definitely not what I would like to talk about, but I guess I'll go ahead and read some of these comments. So let me go to YouTube. All right, so Kevin, you said that was a very good Maze impersonation. Thank you. All right, let me read some real ones. Katie said the cost that Black parents pay for girls to get their hair done over the years, if invested, can provide family wealth. That is very true. The cost of hair care has gone up significantly. James said, see them protesting Chucks is another way to keep Black people from protecting yourself. All right, so James is talking about gun rights. BJ said, I'm going to keep wearing my do-rag. Good one. And as we keep on scrolling down, Alvin said, I know plenty broke people who followed the rules. I think Alvin is talking about the rules related to Maze, talking about basic ways that young people should get dressed in the morning, which reminds me of the hot breakfast that Tennille provides her child. And so I do think that there is something to the process of getting ready in the morning, and not wearing a bonnet is likely part of that process, but that's more about what does the hair underneath this bonnet look like? And hair is a very keen source of insecurity, not just for young girls, but also for young boys. And so I know that the bonnet is frowned upon in public, but I can understand why some young girls show up in bonnets or scarves or hats. All right, let me read some more of these comments. All right, Which C said bonnets and do-rag in public. So ban the bonnets and do-rags in public. This is a tough one for me because I think a bonnet is something that is unique to Black culture. And so is the do-rag. But I almost feel like it's pretty acceptable, more acceptable for men to wear do-rags in public than it is for women to wear bonnets in public. But when it comes to young women, school aged, I can understand why that is a CPS policy. All right, and Cassandra said bonnets are for in the house, not in public with your with your PJ pants and house slippers. I don't care what you say. All right, that is a very good observation. Devin said we judge each other so harshly. Save that for the adults. Show love to the children. All right, good one. Shannon said we're supposed to teach our kids how to dress themselves the moment they're walking and talking. It's learned behavior. And then lastly, we're going to round it out with Tennille. Tennille said bonnets are so useful. I know. We shouldn't wear them in public. But, and when we think about the usefulness of a bonnet or a lock sock, like these things provide protection for our hair. And so I get it. Some things are supposed to be in the house with your pajama pants and your slippers and your bonnet. I get it. It's a stereotype.
All right. I bet y'all done made Ruthie mad.
No, I think the audience is team no bonnet.
Right.
But it's disproportionate. I don't see too many people talking about no do-rags, though.
I feel like the do-rag, the only reason I think that these things get... When I was a kid, let me back up. We were able to wear do-rags initially, right? It was only after they took on other meanings and stuff. But because we were all trying to get waves back in the day. But now a do-rag is like a fashion statement almost, you think? No?
Kind of like the bonnet done transitioned.
It's a bonnet. Like, the bonnet has to be like, you got to call it a beret then. Y'all got to poof it in.
It started as the regular old school do-rag that you used to have to tie on your hair to keep your hair in place. Then you start seeing people wear those outside and kind of maybe, tying it in the front, having a little ponytail in the back. And that has evolved into, then you had the classic black scarf and they would tie it and keep the big bow in the front or maybe in the back or the poof at the top. But now it has evolved into the little hat bonnet with the little ruffles around it.
That look like a shower cap.
But
that's the part. It's
I know. Those are three different distinct bonnet types.
Like, I feel like I'm down with the whoosh, whoop, boop. I'm okay with
So you okay with that classic black scarf tie?
And it can be colorful, right? I'm okay with you being creative with it. I just don't know that the bonnet itself,
shower cap looking bonnet.
The shower cap bonnet to me is just the epitome of the shower bag, Jerry curl, old school, like Jerome in the house. It reminds me of the old pimps back in the day when they got their hair done and they got it pressed and they ain't wanted to get messed up. And maybe I'm just culturally just behind the times. But I feel like it's okay. Like, Ruthie, if you came in here with a hair wrap because you ain't have your hair done, and you had the thing and your hair was poofed out the top, I'd be like, look at you.
But see, you say a hair wrap and a hair scarf is different from that shower cap bonnet.
I'm not with the shower cap bonnet.
But see, I think we got to make the distinction between those three things.
Uh-oh. How May's going to say the young people running us when grown men walking around with Jerry curl caps and raps on they pressing curls back in the 80s. They did. That's why we don't want y'all. That's why we don't want y'all to do it no more. All you gotta do is go look at Purple Rain and look at how Morris Day had his head tied up.
Malcolm X in the beginning, when you know what I'm saying, how he had the little, come on, man.
I used to wear
come on, make that.
I used to wear a stocking cap at night, but I used to think it was cool to wear it out until, like, I put my hat on over because I thought it was, but it was sort of like, you know. All right, so I don't know how we got here. Look, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. We'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're gonna take a quick. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna try to get in. We ain't did nothing on this paper,
and we got guests coming in, so I'm gonna be dipping out.
Oh, you gonna be dipping out in a few minutes because we got Secretary of State candidate David Moore coming in. We got Judge Tracy Porter coming in, and Marcus Lewis, who is a candidate for the 1st Congressional District, coming in as well. So we got a lot of action going on today. People are starting to roll in. Oh, Riis, guess who I talked to yesterday?
Uh-oh.
Not my mans.
Riis, guess who I talked to yesterday?
Not my mans.
Riis, guess who I talked to yesterday?
Well, you know I wanted you to speak to my man Richard Irvin. Please tell me you spoke to my man
Riis.
Richard.
Hold on, let me check real quick.
Yeah, that's my man. So we still pulling for him, y'all. Hold
on. Riis, speak for yourself. I still got questions about the slave commercial. I'm doing somewhere here.
You should show up to this Saturday, one of them BP1 meetings.
Hey, you seen the commercial with him removing the graffiti?
Nah. Look at that, man. He out there removing graffiti. I ain't never seen no other governor do that, man. I ain't never seen nobody do that, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, man.
Trump need to come in town and support Richard
Trump
Irvin.
coming. He coming to support Darren Bailey. Darren Bailey gonna be trying to be. Well, that would be crazy if Trump did.
Trump came to support my boy Richard Fry. Only the Democrats can save him.
Boy,
if
Joe.
Trump's going down, that no Republican is gonna go.
Dude, I'm here to tell you, Riis is all right. So yesterday I was riding in the whip. I was going to deliver some signs, and the phone rings. I probably don't want to tell you who it is, only because I don't know if he want to be in trouble for saying he was like, hey, man, ain't you trying to talk to such and such about such and such? I was like, oh, now see, Riis, what I tell you? Whenever anybody be in issues, now everybody, right?
Listen, I know Richard Irvin got at least a couple billion left from that Ken Griffin bag. Hey, Richard!
Richie Red.
Mr. Irvin!
He said you need to run some campaigns.
Look, Ruthie said, what happened to your other girlfriend?
The one from the commercial.
Forget her. I would have kept quiet. See, look, if you would have had you a sister, she would have been like, I ain't saying nothing.
Put me on your arms, you might get the black votes next time.
How many days he got left?
I feel you, Ruthie.
Look, Ruthie on the world. Look, Ruthie like she been swept off her feet. Yeah. She running around town on the jet, popping in. Hi. Where y'all get that baby from? Right, Ruthie came with a baby and I bring a baby and everything.
Richard and Ruthie.
We gonna turn this around.
We can turn this around. The black.
For the low cost of 2 out of the 22.
Oh, Jesus. Hey man, that'd be interesting. So apparently, we'll see, because I didn't hear back from him, but apparently, that I got questions. Riis, should I let Riis do the interview? Nah, because Riis gonna be chilling. I got Riis, I'm gonna have to ask about the commercial, dog. I got to ask. Who did, if this was a Spike Lee joint? Like, if it's a Spike Lee joint, dog, could you imagine, Ruthie? What if he would have been like, it is?
I like Spike Lee. I would have more of an appreciation for it.
I'm
not ashamed of my history. Neither is he. He overcame, Maze. Didn't you say ain't no limits? Didn't you say ain't no limits, Maze?
I just want y'all.
Didn't you say that black people can overcome? And that's exactly what he showed you in that video.
Not until the white people give us universal basic income.
See, here you go.
See?
Just want to move the goalposts.
Nope, I don't.
You are a professional goalpost mover.
That is better than a professional. What's the other thing you call?
So many things popped into my mind.
Oh my goodness! All right, y'all. This is the Mace
so many
Jackson
things.
Show. What's up? What's up, Dre?
Can I say a comment that somebody wrote, and it's I gotta say it because I just want to say it. We was talking about the Chinatown High School. Somebody in the comments said that's Jones.
What you mean?
Like it's the Chinatown like high school is Jones College Prep. I guess they have a large population of.
No, they said Kelly is really the one.
Both.
Really?
I'm gonna look up the stats because I do that is they might be on to something with that. So really, if you just because the population of Chinese students is kind of spread out, like in a certain areas, like they still get their numbers. Like the need is still met for them to have a school. So I am interested to see some data, some population statistics, because maybe they can justify it. Like, what if their population increased? They got a ward. So low key, I get the play. It's kind of the similar play as the Latinos. Start with the schools. They got them an extra ward. Next thing you know, they're gonna be trying to ask for more.
Man, which I'm not mad at though. You can call me. We could do it like we'll do it like one of them rap videos. Open up the phone lines, Riis. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Oh, I forgot you back there working. Go ahead and do your work. It is the Mace Jackson Show. Yeah, man. Ruthie. You gonna Ruthie texting her girls like, girl, get my heels.
I am sitting here working.
Get my heels. Give me a short dress.
Richard need us now.
Right.
No.
Riis. Look, Riis holding out hope. I'm gonna just tell y'all. Do you think he You think what kind of car you think he drive? Like for the campaign, you think he got an SUV?
Ooh, yeah, definitely.
Like, do you think if he lose, they gonna take it back?
Like a company car,
right? Like, hey yo, let me get that.
No, probably a little fringe benefit.
Do you think it's a fringe benefit? Do you think if I was him, I would have bought everything?
It has to be some perks to get $22 million.
It was $45 million.
Oh my goodness! Oh yeah, he did dump the extra. Got to be a perk in there.
I just think when you call up, be like, yo man, you got $45 million.
No, you don't even say millions. Can I get 45? Then they just know you talking about millions. Them kind of friends I need.
You can't even say. I can't even get my mouth open to say that. All right, y'all. It's the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Got my girl Ruthie Moore, DJ Riis the Ruler. We got about a few more minutes. I'm gonna talk about this, and then we got Alderman David Moore, who's running a little bit behind. He's gonna be calling in, so he'll call us at 872-259-7474, just like you can if you want to. Let me ask you a question, Ruthie. Do you think Mayor Lightfoot is a lame duck? Quack, 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 quack.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And the reason I asked that is I think Mayor Lightfoot is the first mayor to potentially to lose a committee vote at least since the 19s, since Mayor Daley was in office. And realistically, no one may have actually lost a vote since Harold Washington. Yesterday, the mayor got into a not a shouting match, but into a dispute in which she lost in committee the right to raise the threshold. So right now you can get tickets for going 6 miles over the speed limit. That's 6 miles with speed cameras. Those cameras have generated $30 million in extra income since she lowered it by 4 miles. Alderman Anthony Beale has been in a fight for the last couple of years to get that restored to a 10 mile an hour, 10 mile over the speed limit. Well, he beat her in the finance committee meeting after a variety of stunts. And then yesterday, when the vote got to the floor, Alderman Beale, the mayor used a rarely seen parliamentary move where she deferred and published an item that had already been deferred and published, which is really not supposed to happen. It happened as over the protests of Alderman Beale, who has been asking for a independent lawyer for the not the Black Caucus, but for the alderman, because they feel like the mayor and the alderman the mayor does not represent the best interests of the alderman. The mayor promptly used her position as the chair, did not recognize him, had his mic cut off, and then proceeded to have the motion deferred and published for another month. Ruthie, do you know why they want to defer and publish it for another month?
To rally some people to support it?
Right, because it failed by one vote in committee. But it was crazy to me to think that the mayor of the city of Chicago could not muster one vote to get her way. It then proceeded into city council. The issue proceeded into city council the following day, where once the mayor had her allies defer and publish, Alderman Beal and Alderman Lopez, both sworn enemies of Mayor Lightfoot, proceeded to defer and publish every item on the finance committee meeting. So let's say there were 20 items let's say there were 10 items on the agenda. Theirs got deferred and published by the mayor's allies. They deferred and published every one, so much so that at the end of the meeting, immediately following, they had to call a recess, and the alderman had to talk to Beal and Lopez, who essentially could have deferred and published every item on the list. What it really got me to thinking about, though, Ruthie, is the premise that you've heard the process, the mayor has no clothes, the emperor has no clothing. This is the epitome of that to me. Mayor Lightfoot, if she allows this to happen, in her unwillingness to compromise, what I find is that the mayor doesn't seem to recognize her position in life. Like, I think she still thinks she's the same mayor that was able to turn around and make everybody clap. Like, I think she has proven herself within the realm of the city council, which I think tends to be, as much smack as we talk, a collegial group amongst each other. They feel like they're all in it together, sort of. Even though they have disputes, they will protect each other. You saw that yesterday when they swore in Monique Scott. But Ruthie, I don't know that this mayor is going to find success in city council from now through election day. And now with all of the candidates in the race, mayoral, aldermanic potential opponents in city council, I think the mayor is going to have a rough go of it. And my question is she a lame duck already? Like, she got the casino, but what else? She still has to get her budget approved. And then Ruthie, not only did she lose in the vote, but the next day she called out all of the people who voted for her, and she called them weak, and she disrespected them in the press.
She called them weak?
Yes.
Like, used the word weak?
I'll get the exact words, but basically she dissed them all. For her own committee chairs have turned on her. And she then blasted them, in my estimation, further keeping them from coming back to her, right? Because you done called me out in the newspaper. Like, if you called me out and I'm running for office right now and you put me on blast in the paper, and what she doesn't recognize is now, really honestly, Ruthie, all of these candidates in this environment it's every man for himself. So even if, because now there's going to be people that are going to highlight the fact that you voted for the speed cameras in an election year. And the mayor is asking people to walk the plank on issues that they know poll horribly against them. And with a mayor who can't protect you, right? If it was Rahm, you could stand up there and talk smack all day long, because guess what he would do? Send you money, troops, and resources to protect yourself. The mayor only got $1.7 million. She ain't got enough money to protect her own self.
She don't got no other resources? She ain't got no troops?
Where's she going to get troops from? You? Man, some of these people, I mean, who's going to go? Who do you know en masse is going out to help the mayor? Who is the mayor's base right now? If she's telling you she's relying on black women, who is that really her base? Has she identified with black women up until this point? I do recognize that the business community supports her. The black business community, particularly the youth community, supports her. But how much sway do they have? Like, who like, I think you have to really start, like, what I'd like to do at some point is do like an analysis of who has the perceived power versus who has real actionable power. Because, again, no, because it's like all these people that be talking about they support you, but what can they do? Who can they move? Who listens to them? Like, I feel like a lot of our voice is contained in a small bubble in the space, and it's like we're not involved in our own liberation. Look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we are going to be talking to Alderman David Moore. I know he's called in probably, so if he's on the line, we'll talk to him until he gets here in studio. Look, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
We'll be back after this break.
WIIFTVPM.
Maze Jackson.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
I want to know, is there an offensive black people list? Who manages it, and do black people have to honor?
Maze. You're Uncle Tom. That's why you're an offensive. And the reason why you're Uncle Tom is the real story of Uncle Tom. How he worked for his freedom, and then the slave master reneged on him and wouldn't let him get his freedom. So you know what he did? He left. You're messing with the church's money. You were smart enough to work your way off, so you offended the white folks, and then you offended the black folks because your ass left, and because they wouldn't. And who manages the left is both black folks and white folks, because if you see in that situation, the black folks is just as bad as the white slave owner that Uncle Tom left.
What happens if you say that and someone gets offended?
You ran off the plantation, brother. That's why you're offensive. That's all I got, brother. Keep being offensive.
Thank you.
Maze Jackson.
My mom would say, Carrie, don't talk about it, be about it. My name is Carrie K. Still, and as president of the Water Reclamation District, I lead an agency with $1 billion budget, AAA bond rating. We've increased transparency while we've reduced our reliance on tax dollars. Now, my opponent has been all talk and broken promises. The Sun-Times said Kagi's office is riddled with mismanagement, hurting our seniors, our veterans, and our property tax bills are going to be late again. Look, we all knew 4 years ago that the Cook County property tax system was broken and needed to be reformed. And unfortunately, it still does. That's why I'm asking for your vote June 28th, punch number 112. Because I won't spend the next 4 years talking about it. I'll be about it. Vote for me, Carrie K. Still, as your next Democratic Cook County assessor. This message has been paid for by friends of Carrie Still.
Yeah, Ruthie Mo, Reach the ruler, Maze Jackson. This is the reparations interlude. We not asking, we demanding. So go on, make my payments high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high. Not no SBA loans, just run the bread, make it high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high. Look, hey, check it out. First drug lord was President Nixon. Oval Office was the trap house where he was tipping. Got the drugs from Nicaragua and gave us crack. Declared war on blacks. Man, tell him to cut the check and tried to make it seem like a revolution. CIA was the corner boys for distribution. We could tear this country in half for retribution. But I'd rather get some restitution, so tell him to cut the check. John Singleton, man, he already told y'all. He broke it down for you when he made Snowfall. They locked us all up and created whole law. So send a message like a cold call. Tell them to cut the check. Look, we built this city. We built this city. Back, put this country together and gave him hella aid. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears over 400 years. Been punching the clock, but yeah, we still ain't got paid. They paying the immigrants, they pay the Jews. Executive orders, man, they made the rules. I want my 40 acres, you can save the mule. Cause as of right now, we getting played for the fool. Look, for sterilization, Tuskegee experiment, Rosewood, Japanese internment. Come on, was all paid out from the government. We waiting on our turn, we definitely earned it. So make my payment high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high. Not no SBA loans, just run the bread, make it high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high. Not no stimulus checks, just run the bread, make it high.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my girl, Ruthie Moore, DJ Riis, the ruler. Ruthie taking care of the business. But y'all, coming into the studio, but he's on his way. He's going to call into us. It is a candidate for Illinois Secretary of State, 17th Ward Alderman, and friend of the show, endorsed candidate for What's in It for the Black People for Secretary of State. Y'all do me a solid. Riis, see if, I don't know if you got your computer working, but give my man a round of applause. Hey, y'all, welcome to the Maze Jackson Show, 17th Ward Alderman David Moore. Alderman Moore, what's up, man? How you feeling?
Great, just trying to get inside. I don't know which door. I see three doors, the side door and the two front.
Come in on Wabash and then hit the come in on Wabash. Do you see the black car right there? And then Riis is gonna come down and let you in the door right there. But it is the Maze Jackson Show.
All right.
So we got Alderman David Moore in the building. And you know what, Alderman, since you're there, let's not have you going crazy. I'm going to let you go ahead and hang up, and I'm going to talk to Ruthie Moore until you get up since you're already at the building. It is the Maze Jackson Show.
All right.
Your host, Maze Jackson, Ruthie Moore.
Make sure you ask about Aldi.
We're going to ask him about all of that.
Know about Aldi.
You don't care about him, but he running for Secretary of State. See, that's how they be doing you. See, then they going to have him distracted over there talking about Aldi, and then we got to get him on the Aldi. But we also want to talk to him and find out what's going on with the race. I think one of the things that I'm concerned about for Alderman Moore, hang up, Alderman Moore. One of the things that I'm concerned about for Alderman Moore is without a lot of funds, how does he get the benefit of blackness? And then what's so crazy is they know that black people will vote black. Mm-hmm. So do you know they put another Moore on the ballot?
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And then I'm going to tell you another trick. In the Libertarian race, mm-hmm. In the finals in November, there's another Jesse White on the ballot.
Oh, that is nefarious.
Just think about that. All right, so Alderman David Moore is in here. So look, Ruthie going to step out, and Alderman Moore is going to come in, and we're going to talk to him. Y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. Alderman David Moore. Look, Ruthie moving quick, fast, in a hurry, slamming, doing a thing. But you know we got much love for Ruthie. But sitting in and just jumping into the chair is 17th Ward. Grab your headphones, get yourself together, and jumping in with us right away is the 17th Ward Alderman and our candidate for Secretary of State, Alderman David Moore. Alderman Moore, how you feeling this morning?
I am great.
Alderman, so let me back up. Look, I was trying to get everything together, man. So back up. You are on the trail, but before we get, and you got to talk into the mic, so scoot up. Here, let's get you squared away. No, don't worry about that. Let's do this. You're a little bit taller than Ruthie. Just a little. And Ruthie done got your mic over here.
I'm 5'7", 3/4. I want all of it.
I don't know what Ruthie done did over here with your joint.
Does the chair come up? Go ahead and take it down. Let's do that. I'm looking short. All right, we all good. Is that mic check?
Turn me up in my mic. That's like the Puff Daddy. Get you straight up. I want to make sure you sound well with the people. All right, there you go, Alderman. All right, y'all. In the building, it is 17th Ward Alderman and candidate for Secretary of State, David Moore. Alderman, welcome to the Maze Jackson Show. And I don't want to say welcome back. Well, let me say welcome back because you are actually kind of a regular contributor and listener. I do want to give you props as the first time that I ever heard What's in It for the Black People on the floor of the city council, straight out of the mouth of Alderman David Moore. Alderman Moore, talk to me. How you doing? What's going on in your life? I know we are coming down to the end of the campaign, and I'm going to get into that. So tell us a little bit about what's going on. I'm going to talk to you about Aldi, and then we're going to come back to the campaign.
Right. So
scoot into that. You got to lean in.
So we're doing well out here. Again, Maze, what I appreciate about you is that you educate the people. And what you got to do is also read tea leaves. Right now, what's going on is that you've seen polls for the Republican Party in the Secretary of State race, which is one of the most critical races, or the critical race for the state seat anyway. And you have not seen anything from the Democratic side. Not that they don't have the money for the polls, but the polls are not saying what they want them to say, therefore they're not releasing them. Not only are the candidates doing that, which I wish if I was that candidate, I would do the same thing. But you know who isn't doing it as well? The media, which tells you that the media also plays a role in this. And so they did a poll on the Republicans saying 60% of the people were undecided. And we already know from January, it was like 50% of the people on the Democratic side were undecided. And it was neck and neck between the top three candidates, myself and the other two. Guess what? That didn't change much. What did change much is that I got out there more, and my numbers have gone up more, but they're not showing that or indicating that. And so I'm letting people know that this race is wide open. You have an option, and you want David Moore for Secretary of State.
All right, Alderman, I'm going to do this real quick because I think one of the biggest things that is going on right now, and then I'm going to come back to the Secretary of State's race, is Alderman Moore, talk to me about what is going on at the Aldi in Auburn, Gresham. The reason I ask is it's funny because I knew that Aldi, let me not say I knew it. I was amazed at where it was because I remember there was an Aldi on the other side of the viaduct. Some years ago when I was in the 18th Ward. We saw it was at the old AGB.
Yep.
Shout out to John Griffin and his team who have taken it over and made it not another abandoned building, but have turned it into a security campus. So I want to send a shout out to them.
Robert Taylor for life, 4429. That's where
man,
he's from.
They ain't go. Don't be. He an alpha, and he be always. Man, the alphas are the best. But anyway, shout out to John. But then when I saw the Aldi open in Auburn, Gresham, I felt like, why would they move it a few blocks down? And then, Alderman, for them to abruptly close on June 12th, really like out of a thief in the night, just shut it down. Talk to me about what's going on there. I have a theory of my own as to how come all of these retail locations are shutting down. But talk to me about it because that's your constituency. What happened and what's going on with the Aldi?
Absolutely. So they first they did it on the west side. If you remember, Alderman Irvin was in an uproar about it, and I think the city has moved on to even acquire that property to try to move something on it. So now let's get to the Auburn Gresham store. This is a store that during the civil unrest that I, along with CPD, protected. Even when the Walmart and every other store, and we did the best with Walmart because that's why our Walmart opened, because I acted quickly, should I say. And that Aldi, while everything else was closed, the Aldi was still open. Everything else was closed, the Aldi was still open. About 6 months ago, if it's been 6 months, Aldi came to me and said, hey, we want to continue to compete. We love being in the community, but we want to be able to sell packaged goods, liquor, just like Walmart does. I said, okay, that's fair. I put it through the council. It got done. Thinking we're fine. All of a sudden, I get a call on a Monday morning about 2 Mondays ago from a constituent saying, what's going on? Why is Aldi closed? I'm like, what? And with no phone calls or nothing, they just shut down. The owner of the store, I called him, and I said,
owner of the property.
The owner of the property. Thank you, Mace. The owner of the property, I called him. He said, I just got the letter today. I just did a restructuring with them in terms of their lease, and they said nothing. And I got a letter today saying that they will not be renewing my lease at the end of December. I'm like, then why they're closing? So they're still paying rent to the end of December, which is crazy because you at least could have stayed open and let the people know. So when we finally got an email back, the lady said, well, I'm on vacation, but the reason why we're closed, and we will set up a meeting with you. I think we're scheduled to meet June 29th. And she said it was because of robberies. We had some robberies and low sales. I'm like, robberies? Wait, anytime Walmart had any type of issues, they would call me. Police would get there. We would put services around there. Aldi has not reached out to me. I think that's a lie. I don't like that lie because you're going to tell me I'm going to keep 63rd Street open, which you should, but you're not having robberies at 63rd Street and Lowell, and you having them in Auburn Gresham. I'm not feeling that lie. And so we'll sit down with them on June 29th with them and the mayor's office to see what's going on fully.
Alderman, one of the things that I think was amazing about this is that how long has that Aldi been there?
Over almost close to about 15 years.
Has it been 15 years, that Aldi?
Yeah, because I've been in office for like 7 years now. Close to about 15.
Oh, well, then let me take back my theory on that one.
Absolutely.
I guess my question then is, why do we still keep having these problems? Like, why does it seem like all of the major retail is closing in black neighborhoods?
You know, I'm thinking about the time frame that they happen is usually around when the TIF is expiring in most of the cases. And that's what I've seen. That's all with CVS. That's what I view with this Aldi here. I'm not sure about if what happened with the Aldi over in the 18th Ward, if that was a TIF district or not. But I think that's what it is. But then, again, I got to dig down and see and really get the truth. I don't want to make the total assumption.
Alderman, who is helping you in this fight?
Right now, I've reached out to the mayor's office. I haven't gotten a response back yet from the mayor's office, but we are setting up the meeting. I think, yes, we did. Patrick Brutus got him from the Department of Planning and Development.
What?
Out too as well.
Oh, Patrick Brutus. Look at that. Patrick Brutus out there making stuff happen. Black folks. See, you blew his cover, man.
I blew his cover?
You blew his cover. Patrick is an undercover, rebel. You can't tell nobody, but he is an establishment man. He put him out there. But anyway, Alderman, what do you think? So here's my big concern: that Aldi becomes a hair supply store, a beauty supply store, or a den of ill repute and alcohol. Because obviously, a lot of times when those places are vacated, we don't often have the money to fill in and to take over. Talk to me about what happened.
Not this particular owner of the property, Mr. Ali Atta, has been a good friend of the community. He waited until we got something really nice in terms of his properties when we put the Burger King there at 76 and Halsted, when we put the nice Dollar Tree there that is very active at 76 and Halsted. And Mr. Ali Atta, he's going to work with us. And already I have gotten an inquiry from one of my other business owners who owns a meat distribution store and said, David, I want to talk to you about that Aldi closing. I may be willing to take it. We're gonna, and that's because I have those relationships with my store owners and my business owners who actually own the property. And so I'm confident we'll get something positive there if we can't convince Aldi to remain.
Let's shout out to, I also want to throw in the mix, I was thinking about this yesterday, Melody Winston. Hey, Melody. Melody Winston, somebody listening. Y'all know Melody just opened up a grocery store in Forest Park. Melody Winston, Bill Winston Ministries. Y'all should definitely see if we can connect the dots there too. I know they are developed, they own, but I do think that they've already got a grocery concept, and maybe there's an opportunity to figure out if there's a way, because they've already got the supply chain open.
You took that out of my mouth, because I talked to Melody almost 2 or 3 years ago when they started, and she said, David, let us get this open first, and then talk to you. And that's what I've been telling people. We have to get back to our own ownership.
And my thing is, because if food deserts, and we know we got a mayor and everybody that's talking about equity, let's see if we can put a deal together that even help subsidize them to get them off the ground, right?
Yes.
To be able to make it financially available for someone like the Melody Winston and her family to be able to bring their expertise, and we can be able to solve our own problems. We got black people that can do it. Give them the same tools that they need. Now, let me stop this right now, because I would talk about that all day. Alderman, I want you to talk to me about this Secretary of State's race. One of the things that I feel is a challenge, and Alderman, at Black People First, and but there was no question as to who the organization was going to support. You have been a champion of black issues since before you was in the office, but specifically have been open and honest about calling out issues that are important to us. Alderman, talk to me about this race. And the big thing that we have in our community, money power and people power. We often lack the money power. And so, and if you talk to any black elected official, with the exception of probably like Big L over there, right? You ain't gonna put him on blast. Right. Economics is always a challenge. And it is a tool that white folks use to discredit us, even as they rely on us.
Yes.
Alderman, talk to me about the financial resources of your campaign. And then talk to me about why does it seem like you get no value out of being black with black people in politics that you've helped? I don't kind of understand it. And it bothers me, right? It really bothers me because the presumption that help me understand that. You've helped everybody, right? Like, you got credits, whether it was when you was a 17th Ward operative, when you was a grinder, when you was the secretary and you was running the precinct captains, when y'all had to turn in signatures, when anybody that you have supported up this process has been. It is amazing to me that as a committeeman, right, as like that, what is the benefit of being black in the party when you can't get no black love from the black people that you have worked side by side with over the last 20 years? I need you to explain it to me, because I've seen how it works, and I am just appalled at the level of people that could just walk through our neighborhoods with no. Talk to me. Yeah, I'm gonna stop because I be done talking myself out of it. Talk to me.
No, man. I'm like only sharing these tears because of the fact that we haven't even talked about this. And as a human being, man, that hurts like nothing. But as a person of God and understand, that's why I never wanted to be a politician, because I saw it when I was on that grind. Just dirty, nasty. The very people that you help don't help you. And that's why I tell people there are two people I keep my eyes on. Anybody saying they want to be a preacher and anybody saying they want to be an elected official. Because it's not something you run to, it's something you run from. It's a calling, because no matter what, as you get trampled upon, you have to serve the people regardless. And there are times, Maze, I want to be just as nasty. I got to be honest with you, the human side of me. But God made me different. He called me to be different. So let's get to what you're saying, and I'm going to start it with this story. I'm out on the street talking to the brothers, right, as I'm always doing, trying to help them get jobs. And this was an eye-opener, and it's going to bring it full circle to what you're saying. He said, Alderman, you drank the Kool-Aid. I said, what are you talking about? He said, you stayed in school, you went to church, you graduated. He said, but when you ran for alderman, they wasn't even supporting you. He said, we were out here circulating petitions for you, and the people you helped didn't help you. He said, now you're running for Secretary of State, and the same person you've been telling us to help since 1997 is not even supporting you. If you're supposed to be the best of us, and they don't give a damn about you, I ain't got a snowball's chance as hell. Man, I almost just dropped. And he said, as they doing a drive-by on you, we gonna keep doing our drive-bys. I was like, no, man. He's like, no. I said, yeah, this is what it is. I said, in life, the people that you help will not always be the ones to bless you back, but God will always send you other people. He said, yeah, man, that sounds good, but go on with that BS.
See, and Alderman, I got to be honest with you, right? It's like, I appreciate your servant's heart, and it pisses me off that you sitting up here, that you even have to shed this tear. When is there an advantage to black people for being black? Like when they know that when somebody know that they can show up, we know we ain't got no money. We already know we ain't got and ain't nobody finna give no black folks no, right?
Right. Especially when you are speaking and standing up for black people. Mm-hmm. And so when you're challenging them, challenging the system, and that's what we got to deal with, the system. Don't get mad at my candidate, whether it's the clerk or the guy who dropped $2 million. I look at the system and don't be a part of it. When a person can come and be and say, okay, I got a scholarship to go to college, but they don't tell you it was a legislative scholarship. When a person can come and say, I got elected to office, and we let that go when they were appointed to the seat, and then everybody say, oh, we getting behind them because that person lived downstate. Black people. Or when a person come and just drop $10 million that's been missing from the community, haven't helped the community, and say, my name for us. No, you saying my name for U.S. because you're focused on the U.S. Senate. But I'm not mad at that person. I'm mad at our people because you know who's helped me? People, and besides our friend, people in the Asian community, people in the Muslim community. But you know what they asked me the other day? They said, David, where are your people? We believe in you. We see you. We see you fight. Drop me $20,000, $25,000 without even no hustle. Where are your people, David? Man, and I can't even answer the question. Maze, I can't even answer when the same people that say, David, you the best one for this seat, but we don't think you can. Now, and that's what's in the beginning. Now people coming to me saying, David, you done ran a good race. Man, you win this. You got a chance to win. Man, maybe we should have. Oh, my God. At the 9th hour? Yes, and we still got a chance. We're going to win this. It's not even a chance. We're going to win this because the undecided voters are us who don't even want the other two candidates. But they saying, David, we don't see the money. We don't see all the literature. We don't see all of this. One girl said, I didn't even know you were still in the race. But then I had others say, I'm glad you're still in. And everything that we're doing to push this out. And so it's just about getting our people out, and shows like this help, Maze, and I appreciate you. But to answer your question, man, it's a tough question to answer, man.
So this is me, and Alderman. I supported you, right? Support you. Wrote a check, the whole thing. Got whooped on them for it. What you doing on the man? So I'm going to speak out real quick and say that there has to be some advantage to being black with black people. And I'm going to tell you that they know there is, or else they wouldn't have run a candidate named Sidney Moore.
Right.
In the candidate for the fear that even if, like, can I help black folks understand that? And Alderman, I'm a realist.
You know I am too. Hey, we don't hold back.
I'm a realist.
We don't hold back.
Alderman David Moore is going to determine the outcome of this race.
Yes.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If all the black people vote for David Moore, he wins the race. Just with no money, he wins the race. I'm not going to put the other scenario out, but the reality is every vote that David Moore gets, if let's say there's a balance, there's a tip, the repository of votes that go to David Moore will determine the outcome of who. Let me also say that because David Moore is not on other palms, right, you're going to see the purity of the black vote in his space, right? You're going to, now I'm not saying he doesn't have other groups, right, but I think what you will be able to see is the true balance of power that we have. I think there's a few races that are going to be that you're going to see what the actual black vote strength is. And I would just tell you that a lot of people are undecided and a lot of people are disgruntled. I think a lot of people have taken our support for granted by just being aligned with Democrats without having to demonstrate anything for you, right? No shade. I don't know about, like, I feel a way being pandered to. I do. And there's just an arrogance of how people deal with our vote and our community that just makes me uncomfortable. And so, did y'all text 10 friends for David Moore? Did you, have you called your friends? Like, again, we can't allow white folks to make our people not credible. Who you to come over to my neighborhood and tell me my man ain't credible? Alderman Moore, I just got to say that I hope, and I say this in all reference, that what we are watching happen to you is the last time that we see this happen in the Democratic Party. Like, there should be no endorsement there. Right? Like, but
Right.
Like, if you can't pick, then it shouldn't be now. And if you want to go out and make your own deal and do your hustle, then do your thing. But don't put the weight of our people against it. Like, I got to tell you, when I got that mail yesterday and I saw dude on the front page of it, I was like, so y'all selling, we need black turnout and this is what y'all sending us?
That's right.
There has to be an advantage to black people being black. I just got to tell you.
And here it is. When they get in a race, their people immediately get behind them for their interests. This thing is about interest. Interest. And so let me be clear. David Moore is good and going to always be good. I'm worrying about those behind us, Maze. That's what this fight is about. My constituents love me.
They do.
Love me because I love them. I've shown them love. I'll be out there at night. I would hurt my body and everything for them because I did that even before I was alderman. My thing is, they line up behind their people, then our people it's not even first choice that way. Let me get with my mans. There was no question when, for me anyway, when Kerry got in this race, and I told you, and let me be honest, I don't like taking my word back on nobody, but it's also based on what information you have. I said right there, I told when her opponent came to me and she wasn't even in the race, I was like, yeah, we good, I got you. And then I started hearing things, and then my friend Kerry gets in the race. I make a phone call quick. I'm sorry. Information changed. Information. So when information change, you can change your mind. I hate when people say, well, I committed to this person already. No, bull. When information change. In other words, you can't say I committed to going down DuSable Lakeshore Drive, and then all of a sudden there's an accident, and you say I'm going to stay down there and not deter and get off. That's crazy.
Look, man. Look. Because this what you ain't do. What we need for you to do is to look in that camera right there. I'm gonna give you a straight solo shot, and I want you to look in the camera and tell the people why you're running for Secretary of State and why they should vote for you.
The reason why I'm running for Secretary of State is because I don't trust anybody else in this state to make sure that the people, God's people, are taken care of. God said, when you've done unto the least of them, you've done unto me. And the most people that are impacted by them are black people. The most, leading in every economic indicator. I want to make sure at that Secretary of State's office that as an accountant, your fees are kept low. I want to make sure that as an operations manager that those lines and those services are good for you. But at the end of the day, I want to be that voice that speaks up for you downstate, that voice that speaks up for you in this city, that county. People just think it's driver services. What's important about that Secretary of State seat is that voice of the Secretary of State seat. And it'll be used like never before. That's why you vote for David Moore for Secretary of State. Illinois does not deserve anything less. Illinois deserves more. David Moore for Secretary of State. Punch 15. Go to our website, mooreforillinois.com, www.mooreforillinois.com. Make a donation. Call us 773-846-0289. This is still a race we can win big. Not just win, but win big with your participation.
Hey, y'all, one palm card. One palm card. If you get that, what's the black card? We changed the name of it to the black card. So you get your black card, you go to a polling place, you pick it up. Be on the lookout for it. We're trying to text it out to everybody as well 3 times. We don't want you to be irritated. But look, black voters, we are coming to talk to you. Your voice can change the direction of this whole race. This whole election cycle.
Yep.
You tired? Don't talk about it. Be about it. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Look, when we come back, we got a couple more candidates, and then we're going to wrap this thing up. Alderman Moore, thank you for stopping by. Hey, man, that's always a sharp suit, man. I like that combo, man. If you see me with that combo, know that I swiped it from you. It is the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
WIFTBPM. My mom would say, Carrie, don't talk about it, be about it. My name is Carrie K. Still, and as president of the Water Reclamation District, I lead an agency with $1 billion budget, AAA bond rating. We've increased transparency while we've reduced our reliance on tax dollars. Now, my opponent has been all talk and broken promises. The Sun-Times said Kagi's office is riddled with mismanagement, hurting our seniors, our veterans, and our property tax bills are going to be late again. Look, we all knew 4 years ago that the Cook County property tax system was broken and needed to be reformed. And unfortunately, it still does. That's why I'm asking for your vote June 28th, punch number 112. Because I won't spend the next 4 years talking about it. I'll be about it. Vote for me, Carrie K. Still, as your next Democratic Cook County Assessor. This message has been paid for by friends of Carrie Still.
Carrie Still, Cook County Assessor. Maze Jackson.
What's up, Chicago? This is your man, Maze Jackson, host of the Maze Jackson Show. You hear me every single day ask the question, what's in it for the black people? Well, finally, y'all, we've got an answer, and it's called the Black People First Party. Meet us every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at TP, located at 5401 South Wentworth, Unit 17E. That's in the mall at the 55th and the Dan Ryan. And you join us every Saturday where we are taking our politics black. We'll teach you everything you need to know about the game, from how to collect a petition, to how to knock on a door, to even how to become the next mayor of the city of Chicago. That's right, y'all. It is the Black People First Party. Meet us every Saturday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at TP, located at 5401 South Wentworth in the mall at 55th and the Dan Ryan. And if you don't like it, you can still tell them, Maze said. This is a black people thing you wouldn't even understand.
Maze Jackson.
Today, the Biden administration is releasing what it calls a new strategy to fight domestic terrorism. Following a 100-day review, federal officials are now laying out a new plan hoping to deter, detect, and prosecute domestic terror.
They went to the Capitol waving their flags and looking for smoke. He was out there looking for justice. They was over there looking for votes. Ashley Babbitt was with him and told all the people that nothing could stop us. She climbed through the Capitol window, breached security, and called a shot, bro. The media say she a veteran. They paint the picture to make her look greater. But she disrespected the same country that she served. That makes her a traitor. They was fighting police, resisting arrest. On God, I couldn't believe it. I guess blue lives only tend to really matter when it's convenient. Hey, these are the times we witness in history. All because they didn't get a victory. United States is so contradictory. We get equal rights, that's a mystery. Politicians, they more like magicians. You know they got tricks up their sleeve. We point out the flaws that's up in this country. You know they gonna tell us to leave. Somebody try to help me understand it. Always seems like a double standard. They be out here leaving us empty-handed. To certain rights we are not granted. The media is the culprit when it comes to the comparison. Cause when it comes to race, they always changing up the narratives. Terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. We still out here trying to get our reparations, but the government pump faking out here hesitating. I'm out here trying to keep my peace, so I keep meditating. The media make us look bad, they taint our reputation. Look, it's so sad that COVID causing toe tags. You claim you so patriotic, but you ain't wearing no mask.
WIIFTVPM.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happening in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And up the seal carry, I stay with the pipe. For Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. We running a little bit behind schedule because that Alderman Moore always around here trying to make people catch the Holy Ghost. And man, I was feeling a certain kind of way. First of all, what's up, y'all? This is the Maze Jackson Show. You are in the 8 o'clock hour. We just wrapped up with 17th Ward Alderman and candidate for Illinois Secretary of State, David Moore. Hey, man, Riis, you see David Moore here drop a tip, man? I be feeling away, Joe, when black people can't support black people. Like, what is the advantage to being black for black people? We ain't got the money. It's money power, it's people power. We don't have the media, right? So, like in a lot of cases, a media can win an election for you. Earned media, like if they decide they don't like you, they own and popping. If they decide they want to raise you up there, or they could just not cover you. And so that is the origins of the Open 8. It is 8 o'clock. Over the course of this campaign, I have opened up the 8 o'clock hour to anybody that is running for office, whether we support you, whether we don't support you, if you are black, to give you an opportunity to speak directly to the blackest audience in the city of Chicago. The most engaged, I can tell you probably everybody on this feed is going to be voting. And so shout out to all of the people that are not scared to run to their people and are taking advantage of the opportunity. And one of those people is sitting next to me. Clearly, she has developed a fan club in the comments. Shout out to Martell. Martell, she saw your comment. I made sure she knew how you felt. Yes. But I met this attorney maybe about a year ago, a little bit coming up on a year ago, through our sister Ruthie Moore, and Ruthie was very active in her campaign. At first, she wasn't running. Now she is. And she is one of the endorsed candidates of the What's in It for the Black People slate. She is a candidate for a Cook County judge. Family, welcome to the Maze Jackson Show, Attorney Tracy Porter. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, Maze. It's actually Judge Tracy Porter. I have 5 letters put in front of my name.
5? What you mean?
J-U-D.
Oh, my dag nabbit. That's right. I'm sorry, Your Honor. Your Honor. Excuse me. Because shout out to y'all. If y'all remember, just a couple years ago, Justice Scott Neville won the position of Supreme Court Justice. And with that, he had the opportunity to appoint judges. That's so important because that used to be a privilege that was handed off to other people. But Judge Neville appointed you as judge in the Cook County Circuit Court, right?
Yep,
so
Circuit Court countywide.
Countywide, and now you are running. Talk to me about that. Why are you running for judge? Why do black people need to vote for you for judge?
So first of all, thank you for having me on the show. Thanks for everybody in the feed showing love. I appreciate it. My story is like many others who came from the Inglewood community. People think Inglewood is all bad. That's not true. I was born there, raised there, grew up on 70th. Well, actually was born on 70th and Parnell, grew up on 70th and Ingle, 70th and Emerald, and went to W.A. Hinton High School, now Dr. Martin Luther King Academy. And, you know, this is my city. I'm a daughter of this city and this county. I've lived in various parts of the city and various wards, and as well as various suburban areas. And I had the opportunity because someone saw something in me that I didn't really see in myself.
Now, I hope not what Martell saw.
I don't know about that. So,
have a little fun.
Yeah, even from a young age, you know, people were nurturing and encouraging me and showing me different opportunities, and that's how this judgeship came about. I just went about my business working hard as a lawyer, as a law professor, as a philanthropist.
Wait a minute, lawyer. Where was your lawyer at?
I was a lawyer in
where'd you go? Let me
Chicago.
back up. Where'd you go to law school?
I went to law school at Drake University Law School.
Oh, where they run the track stuff at.
Yeah.
Okay, where'd you go to college?
Cornell College.
And you said, did I hear you say you was a fish? You're not a dolphin.
I am a dolphin. I'm a Whitney Young dolphin class.
They
got to get that fish and dolphin thing.
The
right.
fish. It's a fish, a mammal,
Yeah,
fish.
yeah.
So shout out to, because you know we got a big Whitney Young following.
Yes.
So now, Your Honor, talk to me about what makes you qualified to be a judge? Because, you know, some of these judges get a God complex, and then they be acting like, you know, they don't remember what it's like to be a human being. So talk to me about why should we elect you as a judge?
You should elect me as a judge because I'm from this community.
Now, hold on. Okay.
Let me explain. You asked the question.
Go ahead.
Let me explain. I'm from this community, and by that I mean I have family and friends who are still throughout this community. I go all over. I understand a lot. I'm not going to say everything about what's going on, but I purpose to try to understand what's going on in various communities, especially for the black people, but also, and I have to say this for all people, because I'm a countywide judge, and so when I was appointed, I took that very seriously, understanding people's backgrounds, circumstances, cultural perspectives. I've traveled internationally. I have taught internationally. So I just have a broad perspective. I don't look at things from a myopic perspective because facts and circumstances are different for everybody.
Now talk to me about why coming from our community provides you a unique understanding, particularly as a judge, and how will that impact how you make decisions from the bench?
Yep. So first I'm going to say that I'm a sitting judge, and so I have to apply the law that is fairly to everybody. However, sometimes judges are given discretion. And I'll give you an example. I had an African-American male come before me on a situation I thought was probably over the top. He had an ankle bracelet on. He was from the Inglewood community. He told me where his grandma lived. He said he needed to take care of his grandma. His attorney, public defender, gave me a good situation for him. I talked to him like probably people don't. I talked to him like his grandma.
Okay.
And I told him, hey, you're going to take care of your grandma. You better do that because you're going to disappoint not only yourself but her. And then if you come back before me, I don't have any more leniency. So do what you're supposed to do. And I think that is across cultures too, is that people need to be talked to in a way that they understand, and you can't talk to everybody the same.
Okay. Talk to me about your qualifications as it relates to that, because some of the judges, they come highly qualified, highly rated. I don't know that I understand all of that, but tell me and tell black folks why you will be for a reason for us to be proud on the bench as compared. Tell us about your qualifications.
Yeah. So I have a background as a lawyer, business transactional lawyer, real estate. I have taught other lawyers and paralegals. I've mentored young lawyers. I am also a tenured law professor, not teaching anymore, but I got my tenure out on the West Coast, as some people know, and I continue to teach part-time as an adjunct. I also have written several law review articles on school to prison pipeline, and oversaw journal articles on voter rights. That was something real dear to me. It actually included a 4-city symposium, which I spearheaded as a co-chair of a national initiative by the National Bar Association. I've done good work in the Cook County Bar Association, bringing lawyers as well as business leaders together,
and
so that people can understand what's the commonality.
And I think one of the things that black folks need to understand is the Cook County Bar Association. You hear about the Bar Association, but tell them why the Cook County Bar Association is unique. And I think that's important for our audience to know.
The Cook County Bar Association is the oldest African-American bar association of judges and lawyers in the country. And it has a rich history. In fact, Justice P. Scott Neville was former president of the Cook County
I know another one of them, too.
I bet there's quite a few, right?
John O. Steele was one, too.
He sure was. Retired Justice John Steele as well. And those are lawyers who are engaged in our community and represent our people in our community and provide services. And so I've been a part of that bar association on and off. Of course, when I wasn't here, I was a member of other bar associations, but I'm still engaged. I was the Real Estate Law Committee chair, and I've also been on the board of directors and others. But that is your African American Bar Association comparatively to Chicago Bar Association, which of course is integrated, but the Cook County Bar Association is for the African American community.
And then I remember when Ruthie was talking to me about you, she was like, I actually do the work for her foundation. I was like, foundation? Yes. What you mean foundation? Black people don't be philanthropizing.
Well,
and then she told me you were a philanthropist too, and so because it was a little competition in the beginning. I was like, "What you mean you work, Ruthie? You can't do two of us. You can't do." I had a little problem with that. But then when she told me about your background, she told me you were also a philanthropist. I was like, "It's not a lot of black philanthropizing people going on." So talk to me about your philanthropy too.
Yeah, so I'll share a little bit. One thing that happened when I turned 50, or was about to turn 50, I realized that I had a good life. I'm not done living. But I had been places, seen things, had opportunities, and one of the things I wanted to do is give back, and I believe in the collective giving back. So I got together my family, my friends by blood, by love, and as I call them, my family by blood, and we just do good work. We contribute to the areas of healthcare, as well as education, and also I'm a tree planter, so we give money to plant trees because the earth is desecrated. So that's one of the things I purposed to do. Back in 2019, we had a big family affair. I called it my 50th birthday summer party.
Okay.
And folks flew in from all across the country.
Dang, baller. And now, I gotta ask, I know you're gonna be like, for real, did you play ball anywhere?
I'm gonna tell everybody, I played the summer of my freshman year at Whitney Young, and I didn't like it. It was too much of a contact sport. As tall as I am, I'm 6'1" without heels almost. If you see me, I'm about 6'4".
Good God.
But it was too much of a contact sport.
Go ahead.
I'm a tall, girly girl.
You're a girly girl, okay? That's what Martell seems to continue to think. All right, y'all. So, yeah, and I'm going to ask you our two I got 2 questions for you. One, do you support the right of undocumented immigrants to vote in municipal elections?
As you know, as a sitting judge, and we talked about this early, I support enforcement of the law as it exists. One of the things judges do is interpret laws for constitutionality. If that were to come before me, I would do my due diligence and see if the law meets the constitutional muster.
Okay.
That's what I can do.
You would follow the U.S. Constitution? Is that what you would do?
Yes, the state of Illinois U.S. Constitution, because that's the oath I took.
Bam. I'm going to let that ride right there. That's you right there. What's in it for the black people if we elect Tracy Porter? Well, you already are a judge. You were appointed. Guys, this is an opportunity to put one of our own in the spot. Tell us what's in it for the black people if we are to elect you back to your spot.
What's in it for the black people is that I serve with compassion, and I am very serious when I am presented with a situation. I look at all the facts and circumstances, like the situation I just told you about, the young man who was put on an ankle bracelet, for a traffic violation, and I thought that was over the top. And I listen to people. That's very important to me. The people who serve in my courtroom through the system knows that I always tell them we are here to serve the people, no matter how long it takes. So that's what you're going to get from me. I'm going to listen to the black people's holistic situation. I'm also going to apply the law fairly. Now, what people say is, if I come before you in traffic, you going to help me? I'm like, no, I want to apply the law. But what I'm going to try to do once I'm elected is I'm going to get out there and tell y'all how to not come before me. Don't drive 26 miles over the limit, because it's a Class A misdemeanor.
What is it, 25?
Punishable up to 364 days in jail, a fine of up to $2,500, or a combination of both. And I don't think people know that. To tell people a DUI means you're sitting in a car sleeping it off. It's control, sitting in the car. Don't sit in your car and sleep it off. Well, first of all, get it together before you even touch the car. So people don't know these nuances in the law, and one of the things that I'm big on, and Soror will tell you, it's Ruthie, is that I'm out there educating people, because I'm an educator at heart, and I'm a lifelong student. So I'm learning stuff myself, and that's what the black people can count on me to do, is to be out there and making sure that if you don't hear it directly from me, you'd hear it from Mays, or you'd hear it from Ruthie, or you'd hear it from someone else. But I want people to know what the law really does to impact them in their lives and their pocketbook. Some people can do community service. Some people can. A guy told me I can't do community service because I'm at work from 6 to 6, and I didn't even think about that. But I said, okay, let me give you a little more time.
Look at you. All right. Real quick, go on, you're going to look at that camera right now. Yes. Hey, wait a minute. So I'm going to add this out there, because I know we have a lot of members. You're also a member of a secret society. Oh, we can't say secret society. You're also a member of a sorority. Better go ahead and give them a shout out, because they're going to be out there working for you.
I know. To my sorors of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. University of Iowa, Delta Chapter.
She letting y'all know. So she
I'm old
she putting the. When did you cross?
Fall 1988.
Oh, you beat me by 2 years. I'm summer 1990. All right, y'all. Look, it is. You don't look like you that old to be that. What?
That's good.
Go ahead around here.
Black don't crack.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, y'all. Look, y'all. This is the Mays Jackson Show. This is Judge Tracy Porter. We want to make sure that she is reelected. Tell the people your punch number, too.
My punch number is 166. Vote Judge Tracy Porter. And my website is friendsofjudgetracyporter.com. Also, check me out on Instagram and Facebook under Judge Tracy Porter and Friends of Judge Tracy Porter.
Okay. That is Judge Tracy Porter. Y'all make sure y'all go out. Y'all look at y'all black card sample ballot. Make sure you go down when you're looking for your judges. What vacancy?
Vacancy is the John P. Callahan Jr. vacancy.
Look at that. So we taking a Callahan and putting a Porter in.
That's right.
You see that?
And I want to thank What's in It for the Black People. I appreciate your endorsement and your support and your vote.
There it is. Look, y'all. That's Judge Tracy Porter. We'll be back in a minute. I think we got somebody else out there, so we'll take it. Riis, give me a break. And we'll be back after these messages.
The Mays Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
WIISTVPN.
Mays Jackson.
What's up, Chicago? This is your man, Mays Jackson, host of the Mays Jackson Show. You hear me every single day ask the question, what's in it for the black people? Well, finally, y'all, we've got an answer, and it's called the Black People First Party. Meet us every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at TP, located at 5401 South Wentworth, Unit 17E. That's in the mall at the 55th and the Dan Ryan. And you join us every Saturday where we are taking our politics black. We'll teach you everything you need to know about the game, from how to collect a petition, to how to knock on a door, to even how to become the next mayor of the city of Chicago. That's right, y'all. It is the Black People First Party. Meet us every Saturday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at TP, located at 5401 South Wentworth in the mall at 55th and the Dan Ryan. And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said. It's a black people thing you wouldn't even understand.
Maze Jackson.
I love being black. Do you love being black? Yeah, I love being black. Hey, do this for my people all across the globe. Hey, it's break.
The skin I'm in fit me fine, tailor-made, yeah, I'm comfortable. And so it seems I'm still chasing my dreams. They told me, watch my steps, they want to pull the rug from under you. This is transparency, my life 3D. You live every word that I utter, reporting live from the gutter. Where the mind's hard to change, but we don't give up on our brothers and sisters. Cause we all need one another. The time's getting closer, revolution, feel it coming. I can smell it in the air. Inhale it, let it embody you. Because chances are the cops when you owe it, they body you. Plus we don't trust each other, so there's just another obstacle. Why jump hurdles to make a change? It ain't optional. Olympian mindset in this booth with my binoculars. I see my vision getting clear, just as what a prophet do. My music touch the people's soul, black power gospel tune. So many styles, watch me kick them like they soccer moves. Falling rank and file, this is my platoon. Soldiers at attention, ain't no Willie lynching. This the program, who they think they kidding? Reinvent the system, total reconstruction of our mental stigma. This ain't a game, boy. Still they think I'm talking about Nintendos, that's a shame, boy. Augment reality, better fix your brain, boy. I love my people, hope they love me black. I'm going hard and ain't no holding back. Watch me react, I put my fist up in the skies like the beacons for believers that one day we return to our greatest sin. We seek it all the glory we can obtain and keep reaching. I'm painting this picture, I hope you see it. Just what the theme is. I love being black. We turning up. I love being black. Say it loud, man. I love being black. One more time. I love being black.
You are tuned in to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. I got Ruthie Moore sitting down in the hallway because we are pumping them in and pumping them out. Like I told you, take advantage of Open 8. Now, I was going to be broadcasting live from Thornton Township tomorrow, but Riis, I think we got too many people, and it'd be too confusing to get them to come all the way out to Thornton. I think we can have more of a voice right here. So if you are a candidate and you are looking to get the word out for your campaign, if you have been shaded by traditional media, or you feel like you want to talk to the most active black morning audience, I want to encounter, whether I like you or not, whether we've been friends or not, the opportunity exists for you to share your message with our audience. And here in the building with me right now is a candidate for the 1st Congressional District. We was sitting here, he was telling me he tuned in to us back in the day when we was at the old school. Now we got to get him to make the flip to the new school. But here to talk to us today is candidate for the 1st Congressional District, Marcus Lewis. Marcus, welcome to the Maze Jackson Show. How are you? You got to talk straight into it.
And I'm thankful that you gave me an opportunity to be on your show.
Hey man, this is your radio station. Like, this is your platform. What's in it for the black people is specifically that. A platform, an opportunity for black people to have open and honest discussions, to be able to share our information and communicate with each other, regardless of who else listens from outside. This is our black media, and so it's not mine, it's yours. So, Marcus, you're running for Congress, man.
Yes, I am.
Talk to me about what makes you jump in for Congress. Back up, tell me a little bit about yourself, and then I want you to tell me what made you jump into this crazy race with 21 people.
Well, first of all, this is my first run for Congress.
Okay.
This is my 7th consecutive run.
7th?
Yes.
That is what I call perseverance. Now, what makes a brother run for Congress 7 times?
Because I have an agenda that I feel that I can bring racial justice that is not being given, not being addressed. And something happened back in 1983 through 85 where 8 blacks and browns over at Rush Medical College had their medical education stolen from them because they uncovered a cheating scheme for white students.
Okay.
And they were dismissed. They had their grades changed from pass to failure. And we had gone to Congressman Bobby Rush after a lawsuit was filed, and they had been dismissed when he became the nominee in 1992. And we put this form and we told him this has to be overturned. And he said, well, as most politicians, they said, well, I'm so glad you brought that to my attention. But after that, we heard nothing from him. Over the years, we would petition him. We'd see him in the grocery store. We'd call his office or whatever the case may be. We said, you need to address this. And of course, we got the same old song and dance. He was going to do nothing. We went to other Congress people and other senators and other states and whatever, but we weren't their constituents, so we didn't get the constituent service. So after that, we went to Congressman Jesse Jackson Jr.,
Okay.
who on June 11th, 2011, said that he was going to file this bill that would make the 1991 Civil Rights Act retroactive. That's what we needed.
Okay.
And after 4 days of putting this on the fast track, 4 days later, wanted to call and make sure if anything else needed to be done. And at the time, Rick Bryant was his chief of staff, said, well, Reverend, the congressman's not going to file that bill. And I said, excuse me? He said, well, I'll get the congressman on the phone and he'll tell you himself. 2 minutes later, Junior got on the phone and said, Reverend, he said, my staff informed me that if I file that bill, it will help too many people. I said, excuse me? I said, that's the purpose of getting justice for people that look like us that have actually been wronged. Well, he said, well, there may be something else we can do. There's nothing else we can do. We need a bill. Because in the 1991 Civil Rights Act, there was one provision that was left out,
Okay.
and that was retroactivity for pending cases, of which these 8 students had lawsuits that were left out because the 1989 Supreme Court, Reagan Supreme Court, basically demolished Title VII of the 64 Civil Rights Act. And for 2.5 years, from June 5th of 1989 to November 21, 1991, racial discrimination was legal because you couldn't, they changed proving, instead of showing disparate treatment between whites that were not in the protected class and blacks that are in the protected class, you had to now prove by disparate treatment, by intent. So I can't read a person's mind. You see, they dismantled everything that would have given us the opportunity to win these lawsuits. And because these 8 blacks and browns were now left behind for life, they were banned from going to any other medical school in the country. They were told, go to Cuba, go to Europe. And one of them said, I'm an American. And that triggered me. He said, I am an American. So why should I have to go overseas to become a doctor and then come back? And so I saw the invidious evil that discrimination can have. Some of these people are homeless, banned for life. And so I said, I'm going to do what I can. But then it got to when Junior said, it'll help too many people, I had enough. I didn't know how to run for Congress, but I got in the race. And of course, I was the independent in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up, they gave me 40,000 votes. I believe I won that race. But 15 days later, he resigned and then eventually went to prison. And I've been running ever since because I see that if nobody else does it, I looked in the mirror every day and I said, what about you?
So let me ask you that. And then, let me say, I appreciate your
dogmatic
candor.
Determination.
Yes. But after 7 runs, do you think, first of all, what's changed? And do you think there is a better way for you to accomplish your goal?
Not at all.
Okay.
What's happened is, like they say, when I have a mantra, don't give up, I don't give up,
Okay.
I don't give up. Because you have to, the race is not to the swift, but to the strong. Not to the strong, but he that endureth to the end.
Okay.
Now the seat has opened up.
Mm-hmm.
And the person that was doing absolutely nothing, in my humble opinion, is now vacating the seat. Now you have 17, of which only one other than myself has ever run for Congress. And because I have, over the years, have acclimated myself to what goes on in Congress, that I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm prepared.
So talk to me about your preparation and talk to me about your path to victory. How do you, Marcus, win this race? There are 17 candidates, so I will give you that it is a roll of the dice. I was doing some back of the paper math with a good friend of mine yesterday, and we said somebody's going to win this seat with 18% of the vote. What have you done to distinguish yourself among the candidates or to get your message out? Honestly, just tell me what you've done in that space to get your word out.
Candidates that so-called by the media have been given this top-tier status. So they've been given this automatic bounce. But after you see them and after you see, what are they talking about? They're talking about the same old things. They're just plastering and making the thoroughfares and the avenues look like weeds growing up with all their lawn signs, okay? And then they're being pulled up by the city every night, so they have to replace them. That's absolutely a waste of money. That's not a message.
So what are you doing?
What I'm doing, I'm going out door to door. I'm going out in my car with my bullhorn, with my signs on my side. I've got 2 or 3 cars out there. And we are doing the Distinguished Gentleman Avenue. And when we can get the opportunity to get on mass media, because people really appreciate the press of the flesh. They like to see that after looking at my website, I won't sell out. We have a situation right now, just came to fruition, of one of the candidates took $1 million. Now that's desperation, last minute. And it shows that you can be bought by a billionaire for this nonsense called crypto, which just lost 60% of its value in the last month.
So how do you, because this is I hear this is a recurring theme, like if you take the money that you'll be bought or sold, but how do candidates then get their word out? Because I would say, brother, listening to you, you sound well thought out, like your pitch sounds good, right? But you've run 7 times unsuccessfully. So how do you distinguish yourself in a place now where, again, if you don't have the access to them, I was just talking to Dave Alderman more about the fact that if we don't have access to capital, then how do you get yourself to a message where your message to a point where you can elevate it, where you can actually do change? And it seems like you've been through this, but haven't necessarily mastered the process of getting your word out. Tell me how you distinguish yourself in this race.
In a situation like mine, timing is everything.
Got it.
If you come at the right time, now what if I had not run, and then all of a sudden the seat opened up and I said,
damn, I should have ran.
I should have been in that race. Now that I am in the race, now the people who have observed their congressperson for 30 years, and all of the candidates say the 1st Congressional District is in terrible shape, Even the person that was given the nod by the congressperson to be the successor says, oh, it's in terrible shape. Then it says, I'm not voting for that person from the person that nominated that person because we're going to get status quo. And we can't tolerate that. So a person like yourself, say you're a voter. You said, you know what? I've seen, and I know what I don't want. And what the media has done is to castigate candidates that have no money. We're talking about hundreds, thousands, millions of dollars. They're not viable. That's the first thing. In fact, Ms. Delmarie Cobb said, well, you can get on the ballot, but you're not viable. The people that go to the grocery stores that are hungry, they know, they got their shopping list, they know what they're looking for.
So how do they know they're looking for you if they've never seen you? And let me go real quick. And then because we're going to bring this to a wrap because I got to close. So the people go to the grocery store. They want something different. There's 17 candidates. Let's say one of them is the current congressman's. He's out. The other remain are all somebody different. how do you, Marcus Lewis, Marcus, how do you distinguish yourself in a place without any economy?
The way to do that is you're looking for an educated or an electorate that is hungering and thirsting for what they're looking for. It doesn't take a rocket science to say that if they do just a little bit of investigation, they'll say, that Marcus Lewis, I've seen that name. This brother doesn't quit. That's the person I'm at least going to look at him. Okay. And once they look at me, look at my website, marcuslewisforcongress.org, and you will see I say completely, I will not sell out. I will not take the money.
How many hits have you had on that website?
I cannot tell because I didn't ask for any hits.
So this is my point, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Marcus, I'm gonna say this, and then I respect everybody's right to run and to participate in this process, and I'm gonna tell y'all all smart for taking a shot here, because with 21 candidates, really somebody honestly could win with 7% of the vote. Like real talk.
Lower than that.
Right, with 20-something candidates. And so I get the math. The thing I would just say, my brother, is the challenge that, and one of the things that as we move forward, and I hope that we can continue our conversations, is that what I want to do, and the word viable is kind of offensive.
It is.
But I do think that I was talking about this before. We put our candidates in a position of going to the table with a two-legged stool, where they have this and this, but they don't have this, or they have this and this, but they don't have this. And so what I'd like to do is after this election, because let me say I admire anyone that is willing to put themselves out there to run for public office, who is not just going to talk about it, but actually be about it. But what I'd like to do is figure out the next time you run, and if this isn't it, like if you decide to go in a different place, how do we take well-presented candidates like yourself and give them the tools that they need to be successful? Because I think I'm looking at this congressional race, and I see so many people who could service our community in a variety of ways. I'm not here to tell you which race or any of those things, but I do think that our bench and our cupboard is bare. And as I'm seeing all of these people, I'm like, dang, that's an alderman right there. Ooh, that's a state rep right there. There's there's so many opportunities. Brother, let me tell you that I admire you for running for the office. I admire you for stepping up and putting yourself out there. And I know it's got to be a grind and it's got to be difficult without a tremendous amount of financial resources. So this is what I want you to do.
It really is not. And I'm going to let me explain this right quick to you. I'm an ordained minister. I'm an apostolic Pentecostal minister. I believe in Almighty God and the Lord Jesus Christ. And the thing that's this district and this country and this world is lacking is the Lord. Because the Bible says, blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord. And so they're putting all their acclamations in other things. I am exactly what the people are yearning for. Because they're looking for somebody that stands for something that will not sell out. I'm here to tell you, you go to Washington, in fact, you don't have to go to Washington. They're offering money to these people right now. We just exhibited that. You take $1 million, you'll take anything. You'll do anything. And they don't care. The people said enough of that. Enough of that. Because if you take money, this brother already will do criminal things, even through his objection process. He was objected to. We're talking about Congressman not Congressman, God forbid, Johnson Jackson. He had his handler, Clem Balinoff. This is the transcript. The State Board of Election said this needs to go to the Illinois Attorney General or the state's attorney. He had this man come in and become his lawyer. He doesn't even have a license. This was April 21st. From March 29th to April 8th, he presented himself as his attorney. And it was the State Board of Election, and Malowitz, the general counsel, said this situation is very serious. This needs to go to the Illinois Attorney General. Now, of course, they voted Chairman Limberry voted. He said, yes, this is very serious, but we're going to allow a private citizen to make the charge or present themselves or present this to the Illinois Attorney General. That's unfortunate. That's cowardice. That's also corruption. But what we're saying is, if you will do things like this before the election and then take $1 million before the election, what do you think they'll do after the election? And so they call that, well, that's the way things go. The people are tired. See, the people are not dumb. The people know someone honest that will absolutely do the job. I'm not going there to enrich myself. Just go to my website. I say it. Because all I'll take is the salary. The people actually need the help. There's somebody that says, will you allow the flow to come down to us and not the sprinkle or the trickle? In fact, we're not even getting trickled. We're not even getting spit on. We're being totally disrespected. And I say it's time out for that. So the timing is right.
All right. I'm going to let you look into the camera, and I'm going to tell you to tell the people why Marcus Lewis is the best candidate for 1st Congressional District.
Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you, and I thank Brother Mays here for giving me the opportunity to be on your program. But what I am trying to tell you is that I'm asking you to punch 37. 37 is the number. In fact, 7 was the number that was given to me when I got this number. So that's a sacred number before the Lord. Means complete. And so I'm asking you to touch the number 37 because I will not let you down. We have a lot of work to do. We want to have massive town halls to educate you on the things that the media and those in this democratic process is not telling you. We want to have a country that we can be proud of, but we also want to be a part of it. And I want to be your representative. I want to give you the opportunity to be heard and to be told the truth for a change. And that's the reason why I'm running. There are a lot of people that are depending on an honest person. I'm an honest person. I'm not saying the others aren't. I'm telling you, I am. I won't take the money. I won't let you down. The job is only 730 days. So I'm here to do the job as much as I can. And I'm on the ballot. And in Illinois, that means something. I'm on the ballot. So punch 37, and Marcus Lewis will be putting us first. That's what's on my button, putting us first for a change.
All right, y'all. Ain't now my armpits ain't sweating. You better be cool. Let me say this. This is the Mays Jackson Show. Marcus.
Yes, sir.
Came in here with some papers. You mad at anybody else besides Jonathan Jackson? You hitting anybody else? Or is it just Jonathan?
Well, no, he just put himself out there. He was easy. He was easy to get, okay, because he didn't have to do that. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Now, if anybody else has some skeletons in their closet, they're trying to do everything to keep from rattling, then don't do this. Don't take the $1 million.
Are you a pastor? Ain't we supposed to be loving our brothers and sisters?
And we love them, but guess what? It's time to repent.
I heard that. Okay.
That is where we're not doing because they're unapologetic.
Okay.
Okay, who, the Bible says, choose this day whom you will serve.
As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord.
Absolutely.
Let me just.
And his name is Jesus.
Hey.
Lord Jesus.
Hey, that's Marcus Lewis. Look, Riis, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna take a quick break. We're gonna let the Reverend out, and then I'm gonna come back with a close. Look, y'all, this is the Mays Jackson Show. It's open 8. I'm telling y'all, don't miss. Look, you see, Marcus came in, he got his rock salt, not his rock salt, but he got his story out. Now, I got some questions, but I'm gonna still say open 8. Come in. You got today, you got Monday, and you got Tuesday to come in and tell your story, talk to the people, because you know we got the bangingest black audience in the morning. Hey, Riis, your boy trying to reach out to come through the show. But I don't know if I'm letting him, I don't know about no call-ins. Dog, you don't do the white people like that. Look, y'all, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back. Marcus, we appreciate you having us. I mean, we appreciate having you here today.
Thank you.
And we look forward to talking to you in the future. All right, Mays Jackson Show, we'll be back.
The Mays Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIFTBPM.
Maze Jackson.
Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show? What's up?
Hi, this is Katie. How are you?
Hey! Okay, hold on. I'm going to make an official nomination right now that we make Katie the new president of the phone club. Riis, can I get a second from you, man?
I second.
All right, it's been moved and properly seconded. Everybody tuned in on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. If you vote that Katie should be the new president of the phone club, please signify by saying aye. The ayes have it. Congratulations, you are now the new president of the phone club. Katie from Ashburn.
We did it. We did it. You're going to be the next president.
How you doing, boss lady?
Thank you. Fine. Thank you. I accept that nomination. Thank you.
All right. You got drafted.
Maze Jackson.
It's the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out. Peace.
Steve Stanton.
Let's reminisce. Yeah. Woo. See, I remember the first day we met, a Thursday night at the club I'll never forget. Do you remember the words that I said? One night in my bed you'll never regret. And you, with your pretty brown eyes, I knew, baby, you would change my life. And you opened up my eyes to see I'm excited for our future, but I love our history. Let's throw back to the day that we first met. Let's throw back, I never will forget. Let's throw back to when we fell in love. Let's throw back, babe. I wanna throw back, babe.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson, live on the radio, so you're going to have to call me back because I'm live on the radio. This is the Maze Jackson Show. We're about to wrap this thing up. We just had, what was his name, Marcus Lewis in the building, running candidate for Congress, man. Why he come in here slamming our boy Jonathan? He had papers. I was like, man, dog. Hey, Riis, you know when you be like, hey, man, be cool. You know, hey, I'm just letting everybody. Dog was like, I'm about to be on attack.
Just saying, I hope he look both ways. You know when he go out
right,
the door.
Dog? Like, I was like, hey, you know they downstairs, right? Like they. If it was me, I have my man Carl in them wait.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, you got something you want to talk to? You got something? You got something on your chest? Hey, Marcus ran 7 times, Joe.
Dedication, huh?
Hey man, I ain't mad.
Determination.
Man, 7 times. Riis, we had an interesting show today. Hey man, I'm trying to understand.
That lobby was busy today, man.
That lobby was crackling. Hey, look like people when they want to win, they ain't. I started to ask them. I should have asked them all. Do you feel like you're in a space of? Do you feel like this is a racial anti-something show that you're on? You know, like, see how they try to make us villainize us. They try to make us, our own people, be scared of us. Shout out to Tracy Porter. Why y'all was going crazy on Tracy like that? She said she was 6'1", 6'4" in heels. And then she said, I don't play basketball because I was too girly. At 6'1" barefoot, Riis. 6'1". Martell, she saw your comments too, dog. She seen you. She seen y'all.
So when y'all come in her in that courtroom,
I seen what you said.
She be like, it ain't funny now.
Very funny, Mopper. All right, y'all. Open 8s if you know a candidate that is trying to get the word out. We were going to broadcast live from Thornton Township, but But I don't know that makes a tremendous amount of sense because I don't know that we are going to have the time to promote it to get people here. So we're going to be here tomorrow. And I'm going to say it's going to be open. I'm going to just, if you're a candidate and you want to come in and talk and you want to get your, it's going to be open all day tomorrow. I'm going to just put the lobby. Riis, this is what we're going to do. We're going to open up the lobby. You can come to 2907 South Wabash and get your, if you're a candidate and you want to get something out, you got the opportunity.
Yeah, and if you bring us something to eat, then you go first.
Right, put them in order.
Put it in order.
Hey Riis, your boy want to come on, man, but I feel like you gotta come in the studio. Like you wanna call us? Like, hey Riis, I mean that's
tell him he can run some ads with a million.
Hey man, right? I'm saying you wanna call in, you run ads. Actually, so cause then they'd be tough. But let me ask you, should we let him call in? Like I feel like, man, do you want the black vote? If you want the black vote, then come on in. You done held out on us all this time. So I don't know. If Richard Irvin wanted to be on the show, does he have to come in live or do we let him do it on the phone?
I mean, I'm sure we all would like to prefer live, maybe.
I feel like I might just have to say Zoom live or Zoom, but like ain't no phone. I want you to be and bring your lieutenant governor too. We want to see old Avery too.
I already know what your first question is.
What's it?
The slave.
Be like, what's up with the commercial?
What's up with the slave video?
I'm gonna be like, tell me. I'm just be like, yo, tell me who. I want you to tell me who was the director of your video, of your launch video. If he say Spike Lee, if he got a black director for the video, I'm gonna let him get a pass. But if a white person
my good friend Dan did it.
If a white person, man, boy, I'm here to tell you. I'm just here to say it, Riis. I ain't gonna say it. So, if a white person directed that commercial and they didn't even have a black, who said you'll make a great slave? I gotta ask him, did he have a pick? Did he have some say? Who casted your grandma?
It's lookalike resemblance.
Hey!
She had a picture.
And then I gotta be like, what exactly did you mean their biggest fear is people who look like me but think like us? What does that mean?
I can see him now. Wear a maze? Let me tell you. I can see him now.
When he talked to me yesterday, he said, my brother. I was like, oh. My brother. I'm going to be like, be my brother. Riis. See, I feel like, that's how I feel. Like, I feel like, cuz you have ignored us the whole time. And so, like, now in crunch time, you want to Zoom me? I don't know, man. I got to think about that.
He can at least, if he ain't going to come in, he can at least.
No, he going to have to, you better send some. Then it better be, when I come here, it better be
he should at least come to one of the meetings or something. You got to show up to something, right?
I don't know if he can come to the BP1 meeting because he going to bring white boys with him.
Oh, infiltrate.
Homie. We got to call my man Juan Thomas up, too. Be like, hey, Juan. So anyway, Riis, there is the potential that we could be talking to Richard Irvin. Riis. Dang, hope you bogus. Hope you wrong. Y'all is off the rack in the comments today. Y'all is just going in on the comments today. Can I tell y'all too, I thought y'all was gonna go a lot harder yesterday. Nobody went as hard as I thought it was, unless it was YouTube. We got more candidates coming in tomorrow. Riis, it's the weekend. I'm sure you're gonna get us some volunteer days in because we closing out. I know everybody is going to go vote. Y'all going to put it in and put y'all vote in the right spot. Save the best for last. Shout out to all of the ministers. I told y'all, I know y'all going to the prayer breakfast. Don't be laying hands on my wife, but I want y'all to, when the blessings go up. What is it? When the prayers go up, the blessings come down. So y'all make sure y'all do y'all right thing. This has been a fun show. I'm enjoying talking to these candidates. Hey man, the Rev had me. Why y'all say the Reverend can't be y'all say a black preacher in Chicago cannot? Y'all wrong. Don't start. Look, we need everybody. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I am your host, Maze Jackson. But for Maze, Riis, and Ruthie, I am the host where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.